Yeah, I used to check it. Let me see.
Where is that phone? I think I use this one. I don't know.
So something went wrong.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, we're live. Kendrick's number one. Hi,
Hi,
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Kendrick said one. How was your week, Kendrick? Mine was hectic.
Was it, Mom?
Hectic.
But you basically missed Thursday.
Basically, on Friday. Kendrick, how was your week? Made any boss moves?
On the ball like Messi. Did you see his first game for MLS? It was good.
What, he scored? What's MLS?
Yeah, he scored and his team won. I mean, he's on like a losing team, you know. And he come and made them win.
What's MLS?
American soccer.
Okay.
League.
Okay. So he's playing for America now.
Yes.
Okay.
And all the celebrities came out to watch him play.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Serena, Victoria Beckham, David Beckham. Yeah. Kendrick says, got my NHD pre-approval letter.
Oh,
yes, congrats.
Great. Did you get it online? Because that's a new way to get it now. Did the online system work for you? On the ball like Messi. So what was the score for the game?
I think it was 2-1.
2-1. Oh. Hi, Dwayne. How you doing? Hope you're good. Kendrick says he's on the ball like Messi. Oh, we can't get the holes through NHD easy. Brandon, that's no easy thing. The only way you have to be chosen for that property. So you have to apply. Then you go through a whole process. And then you're chosen. But to make your odds a little better, you need to find an older relative who has not used their NHD, but who is still contributing, because the older persons, and I mean old, I mean somebody like 60. And then these days, when you're joining with somebody, they want you to be related. So like your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, you know? They just don't want two friends to join on the loan again because it causes problems.
Does NHD have any homes building now? To get a home through them?
They should. They're doing Sun City, what's it called? Silver Sun. They brought out some homes the other day.
Oh, are there? No, they're not the ones doing the one in the townhouses in St. Catherine. No, that's the housing agency. I'm trying to think of what they're building now.
We'd have to go to their website. But but Brandon, you have to apply. So look out. And they usually want you to live in a parish, work in a parish. Why? Brandon, I tell you, when I attempted to get a loan from them to buy my first house in 1989, and them tell me I don't have enough points. It's a good thing I never ever bother clock on them or wait.
Follow them up.
Follow them up. As we Jamaicans said, don't follow them up. It's a good thing I never follow them up. Because they were a complete waste of time for me at the time.
You're too young.
Yeah. Right. Them never ever looked for me. They told me I didn't have enough points. But eventually the system changed. The qualification criteria changed. And I did manage to get a build on own land. I managed to get 1 million on the build on own land to help me to build a townhouse I was building at the time. So they do change with the times and so on. You know, but you really have to follow up them things.
Wait, $1 million is enough to build what you wanted?
No man, 1 million. Remember, I borrowed another 2.5.
Oh,
but I would say 2. 3 million was enough to build.
at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Times have changed, eh?
Yeah, man, change. Hi, Yvonne. Dancehall Entertainment News. Hi. Good day. Good day, everybody. Anthony. Hi. Anthony, how are you?
Future. Hi.
Brandon says he already got his letter. But Brandon, your letter says 7.5, right? Hi, Joy, Queens, New York. Your letter says 7.5, Brandon. What are you gonna get for that? 7.5. Are you joining with somebody to get 15 million? You see, that's the problem. NHT says, oh, we're gonna give you this amount, that amount, but really and truly the money that they give you can't buy. Not even them selling houses in that price.
But NHT want you to join.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough homes in the market like that.
But they can't build it either.
For everybody to buy one house for themselves individually. They need you to join.
Not with the inflation. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
For them to do that now, they have heavily subsidized, which is, I guess, why the reason they have now moved to partner with the banks and so on to actually use their money to give the funding.
Mm-hmm.
And then NHT will focus their money now to try and build out products.
Right.
So Jamaicans can have them. But the building cost is prohibitive, which is why bigger builders don't go into that end of the market because a cost loser for them.
Cost loser. I think that even just to get the land, maybe if the land was free.
Right. So he says 15 with your sister. Okay, great. So you're going to be joining. Hi, Future.
I hope.
You're going to be joining. So therefore, where do you want this house now? As I say, if you hang out and wait on the NHT wants to come up, sounds like you're probably going to be too young. You and your sister. So you need to really buy on the open market. And 15 is a tricky section now. So what you have for 15? Well, for 18. Portmore, Monza. Is it 18?
Yeah, 18.
And you have offers?
I have offers. I also had United States.
United States at 18. We have an offer. You can probably still get in on United States. United States is on, I want to say Mandela, but I know it's not Mandela, it's a road. What's the name of the road after you pass Mandela?
It's not Mandela?
Is it still Mandela? But
it's not.
But United States is at Twickenham.
Twickenham. There you go.
That's where it is, right beside the NHT building out that side.
Mm-hmm.
Monza is in Greater Portmore at 18. What as well? We'll have we were just there yesterday. We'll have the one went yesterday.
Longville Park?
Longville Park, which is just a studio house. That's just a house. Studio house though. As in one room, a little bathroom, kitchenette. That's coming out at 12 million. You're going to see those videos coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you would have probably seen the Instagram posts already. In the price range, what else do we have? Price range is difficult. So you kind of know. This is the thing now. Every time NHT moves its benefit,
mm-hmm.
the prices move beyond the benefit. So you're still struggling. So even though you could have gotten 13 mil, there really wasn't anything at 13 mil. Mm-hmm. Then they move it at 15 mil. Everybody moved the price to 18 mil.
There were lots of things at 13 mil though.
What did we sell for 13 mil when it was at 13 mil? Oh yeah, we sold out the Jamaica scheme.
Yeah. I mean, persons who took advantage of that really got a good house at 13 mil.
At 13 mil. And we sold the one bedrooms. Were they 10.5?
Initially, yes.
Yeah. And 11.5,
mm-hmm.
they finished at 13.5. So you see, even if you did buy one for 10.5, you'd have had a 3 million gain.
Brandon says, I want gated community.
Who wants gated?
Brandon.
We have a 2-bed, 2-bath at Jamaica for 15.5, don't we?
Yes, a duplex
but
unit.
It's a duplex unit. As in, join on one side. Mm-hmm. You see cars, good afternoon. Good afternoon. But at 15 million, in a gated community. I think Gore spoiled everybody with that Phoenix at 15 million. There's nobody else selling 15 million houses for in a gated community. Only Gore have that economies of scale that can do that.
Yeah. Because
And because besides, Gore really gives you a basic unit, as in somebody say, "Oh, they're not even giving a grass." I'm dead serious. You get it really basic. I mean, just the house, go
but
run
grass
with
will
it.
grow over time.
Yeah, but go run with it. I mean, the other developers giving you grass, giving you a fan up in the ceiling, giving you all kind of things, but you have to pay for it, right? So your next option is to buy Palmetto Pines for 6.5 million, and then use the other, do the maths, 8.5 million, and build skillfully a 2-bedroom house. And I said build skillfully, tongue in cheek, because you're really gonna have to be skillful.
You have to buy up all the fixtures before.
Right. Palmetto Pines is what we have a gated community selling in on St. John's Road in Spanish Town, on the outskirts of Spanish Town. That's on the St. John's Road that takes you up to the Dovecot Memorial Park or takes you to the Meadow Rest Memorial Park.
Matt wants to know, what would you do with $18 million now? Put it in Barita bonds at 10.75 or land bank a quarter acre for 10 million.
Let's do the maths. Where's my phone? How much is the 10.5 bonds at 10.75? Is that, what about the tax? Who is paying the tax on that? You will have to declare the tax. Even if them give you the money, you still have to declare it.
On the bond?
Yeah. So how much you say?
18 million, 10.75.
No, but I really, hold on.
How long is this bond?
So you can find a quarter acre for 10 million. Where you finding it, Matt? Tell me the location. Tell me the area, generally. No, so it's either you're putting 10 million on the bond.
No, 18 million.
No.
Oh, it has to be dollar for dollar.
Yeah. So you're going to put either 10 million on the bond or 10 million on the land. Or you put 8 on the, or you put 10 on the land and 8 on the bond. But you have to complete the thing, Matt. So if you have 18 million, what we're doing with the 18 million? So it sounds to me like you either put in the full 18 million on the bond at the 10.75, or you split it. You put 10 million on the land and you put 8 million on the bond. Tell me if I'm correct. That has to be it, because what you're going to do with the other 8, you have to do something with it, right? So we're talking about 18 million on the bond. At how much? 10 point how much?
7.5.
And on the face of it, divide that by 12, Matt, you're getting 161,000.
Matt says 25% tax.
Okay. So they're going to give you 75%. So you're getting 120,000 a month. So that's if you put 18 million, correct? So just say you only put 8 million on the bond. So you put 8 million on the bond times, I'm waiting now to tell me where this 10 million land is. Let me tell you, 8 million on the bond, 10.75%. What kind of bond is this? A government bond? Is GOG bond? Oh,
Just said Barito.
Hope it's not a foreign bond. 60,000 at 8 million times 75%. 6.
What are you working on?
645,000 for the year, divide that by 12. So you have $53,000 to collect on the 53,750.
If you do 8 million.
If you do 8 million. All right, tell me where the 10 million going. All right, everybody. So I'm having a swelling in my wrist. If you see my grimacing, is because I've turned my wrist the wrong way and they're giving me some problems. And what happened is I haven't bought a band yet. And one of those things that hold it steady. And I'm trying to write with my left hand.
I have one of those.
Oh,
You can borrow it.
where are you going back?
So that you... All right, while we wait on that.
We're waiting on Matt to tell me where this 10 million going, which area, which.
GG4 says, good evening, Miss Claudia and Tony. What would you do with the interest from your investment? Pay down your loan or invest in a piece of land?
The interest. So I'm.
As in this 120,000?
No, the interest from the land is enough to buy a piece of land on its own, or are you gonna have to put more money with it? Pay down on your loan. Pay down your loan. Depends on how far the loan is. There comes a point in the loan where you have already paid all the interest to the bank, you know. So really what you'll be paying back now is the principal. So it depends on how far you are in the loan. Or invest in a piece of land. Is the interest enough to buy a piece of land on its own? That's what I'm trying to find out. So it sounds like your interest is like $10 million, and you want to know if you must pay down a loan of $10 million or if you must invest by using money and buy a piece of land. So this is a cost benefit of money we're talking about now. So what would you lose if you buy the land? What would you lose?
Lose the interest.
So like she already get the interest.
Oh.
So you pay down on the loan. So if you pay down on the loan, you would now have the benefit of the extra money that you're putting on the loan every month. So if you're paying 50,000 for the loan every month, you would now have, you understand? You would now have that 50,000 in your pocket. But and the land in of itself is a good investment, but it is not a good investment in of itself. Somebody explain what I mean. So land in itself is a good investment, but it is not a good investment in and of itself.
Right.
So tell me what I'm talking about. Brandon says, I want something from 18 and under. If you go on my profile on WhatsApp, have these things I'm selling?
Yes.
Brandon, if you go on my profile, you will see some stuff that we have. United States, as we said, the Monza. But Brandon, you didn't tell me which parish anyway. 18 mil is less than 2 million a year, etc. Then you have to worry about them stealing it. That's K. I guess K is saying 18 mil is less than 2 million a year, etc. So she's saying that 18 million today, 1 to 2 years from now, will only be 16 million. In other words, what you could buy now for 18 million, 1, 2 years from now, you will only be able to buy something for 16 million because that's what it will buy because everything of the price moving. Then you have to worry about the bank stealing it or the investment trust or company that you put it with stealing it.
But I can't see the land so easy.
Katie says, I'm having, and you set up cameras at my construction site. I'm living overseas. I'm building in Jamaica. Any links? Oh, KTG. Perfect. You asked that question. And that's going to lead me to something else. On Friday, we had to go to Digicel. Digicel, one of my favorite companies. Digicel was one of those companies that when they came in, I think it was 2012. I'm trying to remember when they came. 2002, was it? They came, I think it was 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at an insurance company at the time. And Digicel came to our offices and were selling these phones, Nokia 3310. Never forget it, the Nokia 3310. And everybody wanted the phone to buy, but them broke like a Sammy Mouse. Them don't have no money.
How much were these phones? Like $3,000?
Yeah, or less.
But that was a lot of money back then. That's like trying to set 30,000 out, don't it?
Yeah. And guess who gave them a loan for buy the phone?
You?
Yeah, because I was a little loan user at the time.
Loan shark?
Yeah, because Mary Merchants man in Babylon that tell more of a do me I go through. I'm a sweet, I'm a biscuit, I'm a graduate, other things, and eventually I'm a turn a loan person. So Nokia 3310, they came to our offices with the little Digicel bags and everybody got it. It was so nice. It was like a little present, and they came and showed it, turn on the phone, and oh my God, Digicel, lovely, lovely company. So we were there yesterday because I lost my phone on Wednesday evening.
That's a whole story.
That's a whole story. I'll tell you later on. Anyway, we were in there trying to reactivate the chip and to get a new phone and all of that. And inside, they had this music thing vibe going on. So I said, what's going on today? Why you have this music vibe going on? I said, oh, Digicel is coming out with cameras. So what did I say? Digicel got in the cameras? Talk to me about it. So the lady, what's her name? The manager. Sophia came over and she explained the package, So let me tell you something, KTG. If you have Digicel at your house, Digicel, what I'm saying about?
Fiber.
If you have
the internet
and cable, if you have internet and cable at your house or where you are already, if you don't have it, set it up at the site and let them come and install them equipment. Now, what I don't know, where your site must have a shed or something where you're storing your things, right?
Or where the workmen stay.
Yeah. What I didn't ask them, now we're going to get the package on Wednesday, is it, Tony?
Yeah.
So we were the first customers who signed up. Can I tell you? Thank you, Digicel. And we got some gifts too. What were the gifts?
I got a smart plug, a smart bulb, and the Amazon Echo Dot.
Guys. We'll get the full 100. We were the first customers, and 20 pictures was taken. Don't know what I'm going to do with it.
And she said it was going to go on social media.
It's going to go
I'm
on.
guessing like maybe Instagram or something.
Oh, but Tony used to social media, right?
Yeah.
So that I mean, not deal. So we were the first customers who signed up. The package that we got will cost us, Tony,
$6,500 per month.
$6,500 per month, and we will get
two outdoor cameras.
Mm-hmm.
One indoor camera.
One indoor. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 outdoor. One. We need an indoor camera for them.
The children.
Oh, you want us to Zandazim? And Zandazim, we are one.
Then who else?
Why would you want? But they're not alone.
That's why we need to watch them.
I hear you. So you want to watch Zandazim. All right. So 2 outdoor cameras, 1 indoor. What else?
You get 2 things for the window.
What do you call them again? 2 sensors.
I think I can't remember. 2 things on the window.
Yeah.
And was it like something to self-monitor, like an app thing on the phone?
Yeah, you get an app on the phone. So that will work for you. So you're going to get an app on the phone. So you're overseas and you can look at your app and everything.
Maybe it's on their website already. Let me check.
So Digicel, everybody. Those of you with Digicel. Tony, do you have a number for the rep? Still. Did you take our number? So we're going to drop our number in the chat. Let's tell our Tony and Dietrich, the first customer who sign up for the service. Is it out? Tell me, Digicel have it for himself. Come, Digicel. Switch for a chance, Tony. Upgrade phone this summer. You could win an iPhone. Keep the link on your other abroad.
No,
it's not there yet. But so Digicel have a camera service now. So they will come and install. So when they come and install on Wednesday, we're gonna make sure that we do a little video of it and everything, and show you, put it up on our Insta so that you can see what it is and what it's like. And they have other packages. We just cheap, but them have other packages. You can get 4 camera, you can get all kind of things, right? We just take the cheap package because we're testing it out. But
and this house is pretty small.
Yeah, with the where we're putting it now, it's small. So we don't really need a whole heap of cameras. But I've been thinking, I can't know if I've been thinking about the camera thing for a long while, and it just Every time you have to think which technician for call, which camera for go buy, how it have a set up, how it have a operate, and then if you're not technical, it works. If you don't have no money in your yard, you salt. So
I know digital just making it
easy.
You
Life
don't need
is
to know anything. They already have a team to do that.
yeah. So they'll come and set it up, give it an app.
And what's nice is that they're just gonna add it to my bill. So I'm just paying my regular internet bill,
Right.
continuing.
Mm-hmm. Over the long run, it costs more though. But guess what? It's like when Pius teach me now. Claudia, just pay a little. I just pay a little. I mean, I was struggling to buy a phone, not a phone, a stove at the time.
Mm-hmm. No, you remember those days? You're struggling to buy a stove.
A stove. Don't have stove to put on my eye, everybody. On the stove, I don't even know what to do it. Stove in a storage. I'm like, come on. And these are brand new stoves. So, but we take them out the units and the place, and I'm saying, gosh. But Pius, this is my daughter's grandfather. We used to drive and down in a VW Bug, 1970 VW Bug back in the day with little baby Rachel. And we would go into court and we're going to sing and come these are furniture store and a hardware store and look for Lana house person, right? And me was look on the stove and me say, oh, the stove expensive and me can't afford me more than grown and the price walk up to the lady and take almost $2,000 out of pocket or $1,000. Me never had $200. Me never remember now. I said to the lady, how much you deposit on this stove? How much you have to pay weekly or monthly? And the lady tell him, call me over. I said, listen, see the money after the first installment. Ladies, I must just bring a pay slip and hook you up with the stove. I tell a brand new stove. I guess him did fed up too. I remember him have to fix a burner. Till eventually we were down to one burner. I'd gotten that to show you how old the stove was. I'd gotten it at CMP at the time. Those of you who know that company, long time was in stoves. I said, I'm in name CMP. Look at Marcus Garbage, right? But indeed, him said, Claudia, just pay a little. Pay a little and forget about it. No pain. Right? And I did that. And I tell you guys, I literally felt no pain paying the money monthly. Literally. So, like this digital $6,000 now, no pain. It's just maybe one less burger. What is it?
No.
One less what?
We're not gonna feel it.
We're not gonna feel it. Not for us anyway. We're not gonna feel it. And I'm sure for you, you're not gonna feel it. Mm-hmm. So if you really want the cameras, run with Digicel.
What I really liked is that the inside camera, you can just on your phone, you can just talk to the person on the inside of the house.
That's it.
It has like a speaker on it. So I can just say, Xander! and shout him out.
Or you can call Rachel, who doesn't answer her phone. So no, you can call Rachel. I'm trying to reach you on the phone. All right. So, okay. I tell you, Digicel, just call them. No, I don't think you have any internet or anything at your construction site. So just let them go and set that up in the building on your. What I know you'll probably have is one of those stanchions because you would have set up electricity. So they can actually put the outdoor camera on that stanchion.
Mm-hmm. Just have some plugs on the shed or something.
Right, on the pole and have some power there, right?
And they have a cheaper package than the 6.5. I think the 6.5 is like a medium package.
Really? Cheaper than 6.5?
Yeah, it wasn't the cheapest package.
Oh, so you want a one camera, you could have get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, go with that. Okay, take the hassle out of it. And they come and install and everything.
Dancel says, I bought a house in November 2021 in Port Worth. Yay, congrats!
Yay, congrats!
I received a bill via mail to pay tax in June 2022. I would like to know, is there a way I can pay my tax online? If so, what is the website?
Sure.
They're talking about the property tax.
Yeah.
So you go to...
Easy. First of all, you know the valuation number. So if you don't know the valuation number, you should have the volume and folio from your title.
No, she said she received the tax paper, so she has the valuation number.
Yeah, so just show her where to go now.
One moment, let me try and share the screen.
And that's a G4 asking if the bond is for 1 year or 2 years. You go to the tax admin website. That's where you pay the taxes online. Easy, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to Jamaica see progress now. One day I'm gonna stand up in a line for do all of that. Oh my goodness.
I
Those
know,
days are gone.
I know now that's optional.
Not even an option anymore. People don't want you inside the place.
I'm trying to. Let me see.
You're the share screen.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if I know where to go.
Yeah. And I think it's a pay tax at the bottom.
Yeah,
See that?
there you go. And it should get me back to my. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, so I wanna share screen. What that's about you, April. April I got a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations for wanting to pay your tax. Lots of Jamaicans forget about that tax. It's the last thing they actually pay. You have direct funds transfer option now too.
Where?
From your bank, I think. Are you sharing screen? You
Mm,
can check your phone. If you're not seeing the screen, let us know.
I think I'm not. It depends. I'm trying to figure out which screen I'm sharing. Okay.
You're seeing the screen now, everybody.
But it's not this one I want. Oh, let me see. It's called.
Property tax.
Yeah. So this is a screen. All right. Yes, this is a screen. Yes, this is a screen. All right.
But
So
that's not a screen where you got to put in the tax info, to put in the valuation number.
yeah, but this is the easier one to remember. JamaicaTax.gov.gm. And then when you're on this screen, you just scroll down and to where it says property tax query.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So everybody, you got the website? What's the website called? You type in Jamaica tax. You can type in Jamaica tax and it will come up. So it's jamaicatax.gov.jm. Then you will see property tax query on the right side.
Right here.
You can click on that. It's going to take you to the query screen where you will put in, apparently Tony brought up the EcoSted.
No, I don't even think they're seeing the screen as yet.
Not seeing the screen. Oh my God, why not seeing the screen?
Oh,
Go back to your chat then and let's ask, or where's the phone?
no, it didn't share, but it's still what happened is it did a pop up and it didn't instead of just going back to the screen, it did a pop up. So I needed it to come here. So I need to share this screen again.
That property tax says we need to check that though.
What happened?
Because I think it was paid in April. But I'm seeing, or maybe I wasn't seeing it right. Looks like it's saying outstanding.
Well, we're about to go back, so we'll see. All right, let me share the screen again. Sorry about that. And then it went to this screen, right? So when you click property tax query, it's gonna take you to this screen here. And then put in your volume and folio.
No, evaluation
number, sorry.
Which is what's on the property tax advice that they send you.
Right, and then you submit, and then it takes you to your property tax, and then you make a payment here.
Well, this is what I'm saying. We need to check this because I'm almost sure that we paid this property tax already. Just remind me tomorrow to check this. This is saying outstanding, but I'm almost sure this was paid in April.
Yeah, but I think this is the old query number. Let me see. 002. No, I think maybe this is our new query number. But this payment is here.
That's 2023. That's 2022. We're talking about 2023, April.
And then here.
Yeah, the tax was due April, but hold on. April, May, June. Let me send a WhatsApp and just ask somebody in the admin for EcoState to check. No. We need to check we can check it because we need to check our accounting.
Right. So then you press pay here.
So we press pay here. So we could actually pay this now and show you, but we don't have any way of paying it. We don't have a card or anything. So you click pay property tax.
Right. And then it's gonna take you to your username and password here. right? If it is that you don't have a username and password here, you'd come here to create, and you'd create an account here. And then it's just going to take you back through the process. And from there, and then it just asks you to put in your credit card details. It asks if you're paying property tax for this period. You choose the period that you're paying for, and the figure will come up.
You have to create a username if you don't have any.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. G4 says, is the burrito bond for 10.5 for 1 year or 2? KT says you can try King Alarm as well. Matt says, thanks for the suggestion. No more houses for me. I had bad experience with renters. That 80 million is from the sale of that rental.
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, put it this way. If the bond is 10.75 and you get 120,000 net for the 18 million, I'd probably go with the bond, because you would, to buy a house now at 18 million, that's going to give you a rental of 120,000 per month. Might be sticky. Plus you have expenses out of that 120. You're going to have property tax, you're going to have maintenance, you're going to have HOA fees, right? Every now and again, we have a little nuance payment that you have to go make out of the 120,000. So the 120,000 not even a true 120,000. But at least with the bonds, it would be a true 120,000, because they would have taken out the taxes already, and you wouldn't have any more expenses out of the bonds, right?
Okay.
But consider this. Consider this. And this is where it gets tricky, guys. Is that you take the 18 million, you park it on the bond for a year. A house that you could have bought now at 18 million. 1 year from now is maybe going to be 20 million.
Yeah.
2 years from now is 22 million. So what you would have to make sure is that the bond money of, how much is it?
Or maybe if you're in a luck situation where you're purchasing a house in a new development, that's for 18 million. So, you're locked in on the price, and then you're like waiting 1 year for this developer to build. You might want to put the money on the bond until then. So it's doing some work until the house is ready.
The house is ready. Because right now you'd only be paying a 10% deposit, maybe at the most, or a 15% deposit at the most. So yes, you could put the rest on the bond, as Tony says. You could lock into a property, and while you wait on them to build it 1 year or 18 months, the bond is gaining some money. Trying to see how much that is again, 10.5%. So another way to do that is, if you don't lock yourself into anything, is to roll over don't take the money from the bond. It's to keep the bond money, and add it to the 18. So after 1 year, you would have had an additional 1.417 million to add to the 18. So you would now have 19.5 million.
And that would probably be the escalation that usually comes on a house. And then the other little nuances of new houses.
Yeah, but let's just say he doesn't buy a house, because he says he's tired of renting.
But one bad experience should not negate the whole experience of owning and renting properties.
Yeah, but it's not everybody have the stamina. Plus, when interest rates are high, Jamaica ran into this problem already. I don't even know why they're going up there with their interest rates. I guess they really want to mop up liquidity, as they call it. When interest rates are high, if you have the cash, you're better off in the bond, or the treasury bill at the 10 and the 12 and the 13%. You understand? Because traditionally, quote unquote, rental only makes about 7%. So it's really when interest rates are low, like at your 1 and your 2%, or he has 18 million, but somebody who have 1 million, it don't make sense to buy a bond. or even 2 million. It makes sense you take that as a deposit
To buy a house.
to buy a house. You understand? So he just sold. Yeah, it's a consideration, definitely.
Yeah, put it in the bond
I'll
for the
probably
year.
run with the bond for the year.
Or even 2 years. But the money start depreciate.
But it's a delicate game you're playing. Because when interest rates are going up, so is inflation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, So one part of the market doing this and the next one doing it too. But the inflation in the real estate moves faster than the interest rate on the bond.
Mm-hmm.
So even though them tell you, oh, inflation is only at 6%, not never so. Lie. So there's a delicate balance. And also 18 million. Let's just say you buy. All right. So what would you lose? So if you don't do the bond and you do the land, you lose the benefit of the interest monthly, the 120,000 that you could now spend to do something else. If you put the full 18 million on the land or a house, you no longer have 18 million, but at least with a house, you probably have the rental. But as you said, it's not a true net 120 because you have property tax, you have maintenance, you have those issues to deal with. So it may be a net 80, so you would lose 40,000 per month. So the bond would give you 120,000 per month is a true net, but the real estate 18,000, and I don't see a piece of real estate at 18,000. Why I'm saying that? Well, I just got a Camelot for 17.3. I would say 20 million because we furnished it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say it's 18 million. 120,000 furnished. Yes, could probably get it. But again, it's not a true net. And then, how many Camelots are you going to find that you could actually just jump on? No.
Bit hardly.
Right, for the 18 million. So, when interest rates are high, everybody, usually capital run to that. That's the truth. They don't invest in no building and no nothing. Them just run and put the money on the high interest rate and sit on it.
But I would have bought the land for 10 million and just put it down. I mean, I'm not making any money on it, but it's certainly no headaches with any tenants. And certainly the cost to maintain the land is cheaper.
Maintenance is zero. Well, not zero,
It's
sorry.
not
You
zero.
still have property tax.
Yeah, it's lower. And then still put my $8 million on the bond.
But he still hasn't told me where he's putting the 10 million.
He said he's gonna buy a quarter acre, I think, for 10 million.
Where?
Oh, where?
Where? That is the key. Where? Now, if you're going after, what he's going after is interest income with the bond.
Mm-hmm.
But Kendrick, from experience,
It's not Kendrick, it's Matt.
Is Matt. From experience, if you find a piece of land for 18 million in a new subdivision on the north coast, up and coming, something like Draxal, you can get 100% interest rate in 1-2 years. So you're not talking about 10% now. You're talking about 100%. But here the challenge with that.
Mm-hmm.
First, and may I tell you, it happened to me. You're going to fall in love with the land and you don't want to sell it.
That only happened to you.
Happened to me. Also, as I said, when you buy the land, you give up. You are land rich and cash poor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Which is why I would have bought the land for 10 and still collect the bond on the 8. Because I know the land is going to appreciate in this type of economy.
All right. Would you sell all the lands that we have now and do what Matt doing?
No, which is why I said half.
All right. So would you sell all the land that we have now, put half of it back in land and half of it on fixed deposit?
I would only do fixed deposit for about a year to 5 years the most. because I don't like paper assets.
And then you'd have to go back and look for the land again. But in the meantime, you'd have some cash flow that you could live and go sharkies every day if you want, and go do your nails and your massage or whatever. But when you buy the land and everything type in land, you're cash poor.
Very cash poor.
Very cash poor. So it just depends on your lifestyle. What you want to do.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like this house business. Put it on the bond. But Tony says you got half and half.
Yeah. Because technically, if you're renting out the house at 120, it's really only 53 you're netting anyway. After you pay everybody.
Yeah, after you pay everybody. We know that firsthand. I mean, that's why I'm saying to Tony, you bring up a good point. That's why I'm saying to Tony, maybe we should just sell out everything and put for the bonds now, because bond price high. But it's a serious risk. Why I'm adverse to the paper assets? Because I went through the 90s when we had bank failure firsthand. So I have a serious aversion to them kind of risk.
Yeah, but you didn't feel it. Did you feel it?
I
don't think you were earning no money to feel it.
I'm just saying I did feel it. Well, I
90s, weren't you just trying to buy a bug for 50,000?
No matter about a house. I had already bought a house. I was trying to pay for it. But in the 90s, everything started to go haywire. Inflation, banks started to fail. I felt it in the sense that I couldn't pay for my mortgage.
But that's when they turned off the electricity and stuff.
Right. So I felt it in that way because the interest rates went up. My interest rate was 18.75%. And the inflation went up. So food was going up, electric bill was going up, water bill, everything was going up. And your pay wasn't moving. Talk about wage freeze, yes.
I do remember stop eating fish though.
Right. So therefore, I felt it in that way, but I was in a different side of the market. I was a consumer side of the market. Now, I would imagine for those persons who were in the investment side of the market, depends on where you were in the market now. So if you had property that relied on tenants, that relied on you paying a mortgage, your mortgage gone up, or you need a tenant to pay the mortgage, you're going to lose your property.
Yeah.
Because the tenant can't pay the mortgage, pay the rent, you can't pay the mortgage, you're going to lose your property. I was a consumer, meaning I just had a one mortgage, so I could have hustle, go sell my chips and bag, my sweet out and my drawer, whatever, to try and make it up and back it up and everything, right? So it depends on where you are in this game when this thing hit.
So we know recession comes around everyone.
10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years. So would you advise paying down your mortgage in the good times?
What I would say is you have to do the math. So what happens with mortgages, new mortgages, is that you take the mortgage down, so your first mortgage. But if you do the right things, you're going to get pay increase. The right things meaning keep studying, keep learning,
make good relations,
build relations with your boss, your supervisors, learn the ropes in your company and just keep moving. You're going to get pay increases. However, the pay increase that you get must buy liabilities, must not buy liabilities. You must keep buying assets. That's what makes a difference. So if you keep getting the pay increase and every time you change your car, you go to a Toyota, then you move to the Benz, then you move to the Porsche, and you're paying a loan for this, because these cars are liabilities, hands down. So if you keep buying liabilities and you only have this one house that is not even an asset, because it's still you paying for it,
you live in it,
you will find that you are not progressing even though your salary is increasing. Because you have not converted that increase in income, which is a salary income, you have not used that income to buy assets that will give you further income. If you understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up. If you don't understand and you need me to repeat it, give me a thumbs down. That is what happens, right? So you have some children along the way. Everybody have to go prep school. Them have to wear John Sport bags. And this and that have to happen. You have to go to Disney every year. You have to go on vacation at Tahiti and Kuhuti and right. So even though you're getting pay increases, you're not buying assets that bring in more income. What you're doing is buying liabilities that you have to work for and your income have to pay for. So the minute there is a little shuffle in the economy, everything goes haywire and you cannot manage the shocks.
Right.
Right? You can't manage the shocks. So that's what happens, right? It's not the inflation, the deflation, the recession, the interest rate going up, all those things, the stock market crashing, all those things are shocks that will happen with or without you. But they're here or not is gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is how you react to the shock. So a hurricane is gonna come, a storm is gonna come. Can you ride through the storm? Or the storm will devastate you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And remember, it is a preparation that you have made while there was calm. Understand? It's a preparation that you have made while there was a calm, so that when the storm comes, you have some corn and some hay and some chips in your shed which can help you to weather the storm.
Staffy says, what do you think of Sugarcane Bay in Landover, St. Anne? 226-acre development stretching across the north coast, seafront, added 4,700 rooms. Them seems excessive and non-stop. Traffic at Kilway.
Safi, development with or without you, get with it. Jamaican government is gonna widen the road. It's gonna be a 4 lane soon. Now that's gonna kill you.
Sugarcane Bay is on a hotel.
Yeah, that's gonna kill us. So if you don't survive that, you're gonna dead for sure. I can imagine the people at St. Thomas going through it now. Who went through it before? Well, not South Highway, not so much because nobody lived on that corridor. But when they did Mandela, we suffered through that. We did Hagley Park Road, we suffered through that. We're still suffering on Spanish Town Road, right? Barbican Road, Kansas Spring Road, we suffered, but those are shorter stretches of road. So just imagine now the road running in from Miami Bay all the way to Discovery Bay, dual carriageway, I'm gonna mash up the place.
What I don't get is why the government's so short-sighted. I mean, they couldn't do the upgrade one time, man.
They did this road in 2008, I think it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we no
2006?
They shouldn't be upgraded in my lifetime again.
They started and they did that road upgrade. Why wasn't it a dual carriageway from start? This is what I don't understand with our government. You know what I'm gonna tell you? Oh, the money wasn't there. Oh, I'm short-sighted. So, guys, the amount of land, Safi, that is on the corridor between Ocherios, Miami Bay, Draxall, St. Anne's Bay, Salem, Runaway Bay, Discovery Bay, all the way to Trelawney.
You're talking about vacant. They need to upgrade.
You're talking about another 50 to 100 years of development, Safi. So you and I will be in it for sure. Can't escape it. But what we should probably do, Safi, is move ourselves over to where them already developed. So like St. Thomas, Portland, and that way, when them all of this mayhem is happening. So who asked about 18 million, $10 million land? If you can't find the land now to buy over on the north coast, you buy it. Put on the land. Make them come mash up the road and fix it back. And 5 years later, you come out smiling. While you're gone over to Portland and St. Thomas, that them already mash up and fix back. And you're smooth sailing. Right? So that's what you do. But we can't stop the development. We can't stop progress, guys. We live in houses now. Block and steel, fan, AC, nice hardwood floors, all these things. Development have to happen. Capitalism is what move it. So all of that is something we have to embrace because just imagine, I remember when I lived in Jonestown, I had to go down on my knee to go scrub floor with coconut brush. I said my knee black. So if you see me in a shorts and my knee black, that's why.
Really, mom.
So I remember how to do that. Then eventually now them bring this thing name a liquid shine, them call it. Mother used to send me go to the shop go buy it. It's a red polish. Who remember it? It's a red polish. And then somebody, so we used to use a coconut brush to shine the floor now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then this liquid thing come with the red polish. I mean, I don't know who discovers that them could have put something in it and it made the floor shine. So when you sweep the floor and wipe the floor, you put that over it, you know. You know, if you go down on your knee again.
So you just have a red mop now in the house.
Oh, it shine, Tony. You understand? So I never have gone up on my knee again. Then somebody come with the next thing was terrazzo tiles and no more board floor again. Terrazzo tile. You just wipe that. You have to scrub it little too because sometimes it get messed up. And then them come with ceramic tile. And then them come with porcelain tile. And then them come with hoover and vacuum and whatever. No longer even bending. Not like that now. Just stand up straight and I love extendable thing. I'm just whoop, 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 whoop. I'm going to go through and I'm done. I can't hold up on my phone while I do all the work. So, guess what? Development have to come. We have to embrace it. What you are to do is brace yourselves. In other words, so right now we have to strategize. So we have investments now on the North Coast. Yes, we know the road is coming. If you're in Airbnb, make all the money you can make, you know. Because I'm telling you, say, you see when them start mash up the road there, they mash up St. Thomas and part of Portland from Port Antonio going back to St. Thomas. Every hotel has suffer. Airbnb has suffer. You understand what I'm saying, guys? If you're not Airbnb, make the money and start to save your chips. As some people that say pay down your mortgage. Budget yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 years for that road thing to go through. Hopefully, them don't do the rubbish that them do in St. Thomas where they mash up the whole stretch of road. Huh? Hopefully, them just do Miami Bay to Draxal first. Done with it. Then them the Draxal to St. Anne's Bay. I'm done with it. What I'm hoping is that we know some big wig hotels are on that stretch. And them now go put up with that. Sandals just come and put up a wicked hotel a Miami Bay.
Yeah.
So, me know say that family ain't gonna put up with the nonsense with them. A mash up road and a create me him in the place and them can't get them guests in the place. Can't come out and no. So, but brace yourselves. Do what you need to do now so that when that storm is coming, don't care. So whenever one is said to come, them tell you no, so it come long time. Sorry, brace yourselves. Know what you need to do. And prepare for it. Right? Prepare for it.
Matt says the land is in Moreland Estate. That's what? Manchester.
You're talking about Palmbrook?
No, he said Moreland Estates. But he also said St. Elizabeth lots. No, Moreland is actually in Manchester and Palmbrook Estates is in St. Elizabeth.
But Morelands did Palmbrook Estates, which is in St. Elizabeth. So Matt, tell me, because if them lot they reach 10 million, me done knock myself out. Tell me, I want you to tell me which lot. 10 million, Matt?
Okay, so she has electricity and she has a shed. Okay.
Great.
Herman says, blessings, lady. Hi, Herman.
Hi, Herman. Blessings. Brandon, Akeem, St. Catherine. Hi, Brandon.
No, I think he's looking to purchase in St. Catherine.
He wants to.
Yeah.
We have Palmetto Pines in St. Catherine. And I tell you to. All right. If you want to make money right now, quick, in the next 5 years, you buy over in the buy new development on North Coast. we were selling, even you could have buy, so you find a little pocket development like Moreland. They were selling for 3.5. You run in, you buy that. We're selling them back now for 6 million. So you could have run in pan that at the 3.5, pull out now at the 6, move to something else. So the North Coast, yes, because the overseas people running that down, chasing that. Plus all the big hotels going there. So that same hotel you talking about is telling you where the big investors are going. So why you no want to go with your little money? You go with the little money. You find a little land somewhere across the street from it or even behind it if you can't find it. Or beside it. And you put all your money.
Yeah, Jamaica is dynamic that way.
Yeah, you put all your money.
It's a little
You're going to a little shed beside
the
it.
big hotel.
You know, buy it for the 10 million and put all your money, man. The same hotel I can buy it back from you. Worse if you can put a pig pen all over there. So, put on your money, guys. They tell you where development is going, you know, and you know where the development is going, even based on the road network that they're building out. So, Montego Bay is also being built out. I haven't reached over there yet, but brand new roads going on into, you know, on that stretch of the island.
And St. John is still up and coming.
Right. Dancehall says, how you paid from your bank? How do I pay it from my bank?
That I'm not sure.
What do you mean from your bank? From your credit card?
Yeah, but I think he wants to know if he can do like RTGS, online banking.
I think they didn't they say that on the website? Go to the website. If you can do it, it would be there. That's a very good website. Them update for them website.
Janet says, good evening, Miss Claudia. Asks you about house in Waterford, if any selling.
Janet, well, we sell so much house in our Waterford. So,
we don't have any selling now.
We don't have any selling now. You sure now that in Waterford selling now? What do you mean? House always a sell, man. I think them probably reached 13 million though. But Janet,
there was one, but they're asking cash for it.
They're asking cash. We have sold so many. I don't know how we miss responding to you, Janet. But what price you looking for though? Because the last one we saw was 10 million, but them just keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
And we were being very conservative with our pricing because we know who buying it. No, the last one we saw was 17 million. What am I saying?
It was 15.
Oh, it was 15. Yeah, 15 million. That's not conservative. But
to be fair, this one had an upstairs.
Right. So I don't know how we miss you, Janet. Sorry about that. Send me back the WhatsApp and let me know. I hope it wasn't this last week because last week I lost my phone. So I didn't have a phone Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday. Saturday is when I found it. All right, the query don't work for me overseas.
You didn't lose it then, Mom. You misplaced it.
Yeah. The query don't work for me overseas. I have to register for an account and go in and e-pay. What's the e-pay?
I'm not sure. The query don't work for me overseas. Oh, the query doesn't work. I have to register. Everybody has to register for an account to pay property tax.
Everybody has to register, Melly. And then use your credit card.
Yeah, because they need to keep a track of who is paying the property tax, which is one of the reasons why you have to register to pay it.
Mm-hmm. Dancehall says got it. Okay.
Check reality. Miss D, when will the Palmetto Pines estate be ready for sale?
Check reality. We're selling them now. Tony, go to the website. Let's see where we're at. I live overseas as well. I'll try to pay it that way and see what happens. Yeah, man. Just you have to use your credit card and pay it. Tony, did you send out the book link? You never said it.
I did not. I can probably do it now.
Hold on. What did somebody say? Go on the Palmetto Pines website. Let me talk about that while. Open this challenge with my hand. Sharing it? I want to share the map. If I didn't know better, guys, I would say my wrist is broken.
It's not broken.
but
That's just what
I am.
pain feels like.
No, this is what arthritis feel like. Oh gosh. All right, so let's see. So we have already who asked the question again.
Okay, yeah, the see the screen.
All right, so you do the link while I'm navigate this. If I can't use my wrist, can I use my wrist? All right. So Palmetto Pines is waiting on Tony to do this link. All right. So you have some amenities: jogging trail, children's playground, basketball court, netball, tennis, football. Commercial. We're gonna have a commercial complex in the front. We want to have fast food outlets, supermarket, retail shops, and so on. All right. So that's the raw land as it is now. Raw land. Don't look on the land like how it's there. That's what it is. So your application is also on this website. So those of you who want to reserve a lot, this is the application form. You go through the steps and complete that. Your price list is also here. And you can download the Palmetto Pines map from here to your phone or your computer, anything. So the price list, I've not seen the price list, Tony. Why is there a list to me now? Where's the price list? Loading. Tony, I say a price is big, it takes a long to load, no? My God. All right, so as you can see, it gives you the lot numbers and it gives you the size of the lot and it gives you the price. So lots ranging from 6.5, so this is somewhere 6.5, looks like all the way up to 11 million. 12 million, I think, is the most expensive lot to have on the lot, in the area, which is a quarter-acre lot. So the 6.5 thousand square feet will give you a 3,000 square feet lot. All right. Oops, did I lose Palmetto Pines?
No.
I have to go back.
No, you're on the
Or I'm not
website.
at the top. Not at the top. Let's go to the map. All right, so we need to update this map. So this is a map loading here now. So this, we have two maps. So we have a static map and we have this is an interactive map. So this map actually tells us how many persons have already reserved lots. So as you can see, we have persons reserving down here in the back, across here, persons reserving here and across here. It's about almost everywhere on the map right now. We have 200 plus lots that we're selling in phase one of the scheme. This is phase one of the scheme, and we're going all the way up to phase three of the scheme. Hint, hint. The cheapest lot right now is 6.5 million. This is what separates phase one from phase two. So this dotted line right here is a high tension wire for JPS. I think it says it on the map. If you zoom in, you can see it. Let's see. All right. So, and if you look, all right, so the map, you can also hold it down and drag it. It's not working for me, coming out of my good hand.
You need some help?
But this is St. John's Road right here to the north. And this will be the plaza, the commercial space. This is the entrance to come in. It's going to be a gated development, fence right around. And we are also designed some drains, so whole heap of drainage system in this scheme because St. John's Road, we have to solve the water problem on St. John's Road. So this development Part of this development's mandate is to do that. We have excellent engineers, bright, proper engineers on this, everybody. And yes, it will be solved, right? So you don't have to worry about um, flooding and those things. No. The police station, the blue and white building, is actually across the street, somewhere in this vicinity over here. That's where the police station is. So when you're coming along here, we have there's a well, a water well, somewhere here where you'll see the trucks taking water. So we're right beside a well, so we can't out of water either. So if where you live now have problem with water, buy Palmetto Pines. That is one reason to buy Palmetto Pines, right, Tony? You have no water problem. So persons buying their lands and will build. These ones here that you see on this side, these are the 3,000 square feet lots. Across on this one are the bigger lots, like 6,000 up and so on. When you hover over the map, you can see the lot size. And it tells you that it's available. What we should add is the price as well, so that when you hover over it, you'll actually see the size of the lot and the price. So we'll start adding those a little later. And so down here, so if you don't like the front, you can come down here so too and get some 3,000 lots. See them here? And you can get a little bigger too. So like this one here is 3,986. Sakana, this one is 4,028. Yeah, so you can come down there and get lots too. And you can come here, so all right. So now there's another map. So for those of you who can read contour lines, where do I find the other map? Is it in the price list?
See there? Download map.
You have to download it?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you click download map. So some of these lots come with some views of the plains, not view of the sea. Not view of the Caribbean Sea, but view of the sea. Where's the map now?
See right here.
Oh, it goes down at the bottom of the screen. So this is the contour map. Those of you familiar with contours. So here are the contours showing you that these 6,000 square feet lots are elevated. These 3,000 ones, as you can see, pretty flat, nothing to squeal about.
Let me zoom in a bit so we can see.
Can't see. Zoom in. All right, there you go. Can't grab this like home. I can't grab the next map. All right. This one I have to use my mouse. All right, so look. No contour line here, so tells you here's a flat. So these are the 3,000 square feet lots. Those of you 6.5 million, you buy this, you dig, you build, you go about your business. You don't have to carry an excavator. 2 strong Jamaican man lick out this in a one day and you're done. Right? But no, if you're ambitious like myself, you know, Antonia, or you just love challenge. You go on, come somewhere up in the million, but I can tell you, you have some rock formations to deal with, guys. But again, none to speak with. We have excavator, we have hammer, we have nothing to Tony. Let me tell you about development. We have equipment. So, no. If you don't have equipment, you can hire. So these come with some elevations, eh? We also have is a 3D video on here?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so Tony will put up a 3D video. We have a 3D video of the actual lots of the development. So you can watch that 3D video and get an idea too of the terrain. 3D video of a 3D of the land, right? So she will put that.
Oh, they're not seeing anything.
Why?
Because it downloaded a second page and we didn't share that screen. Hold on.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Here we go. All right, retalk now.
All right. All right, so I was showing in the other map. So this is a commercial. This is St. John's Road. And this is where the well is. So these orange building that you see when you come, this is where the well is. This is the entrance to the scheme. So bossy, dual carriageway. So we forward. We don't wait for waste time. Understand? We just design the thing up front because we know it's gonna need it. And see the high tension running. What I was saying to you was, those of you who can read contour lines, see your contour lines here and the numbers are there too, so you will know which way the land going. And if you're adventurous, you might want to be on a little hill or just looking at the plain, overlooking the St. Catherine Plains. And I can tell you the place nice and breezy. Even we not we lit down some tree, but we still get the breeze, a flood wind right now. So down here, these are the 3,000 lots.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, the contour lines have disappeared, meaning here so it's flat, guys, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you notice where the 3,000 are, here's have a little contour, but I don't see that on the ground when I'm there. It's showing me a contour here, but nothing to speak of. Right? But your hills are here. So those of you who want a little hill, you're going to find that these lands are a little bit more expensive though. You go with something up here on the higher side. And of course, remember to come and look at the lot. Send somebody. So we're there at 10 to 12 on a Saturday morning. We're still waiting for our office to be put right in this little space right here. So the police station, for those of you who know the area, is somewhere here. So police station. And I talked about the flooding here earlier. St. John's Road have a tendency to flood because there are drain channels, but not covered drain channels. So when the water too much, it overflow. Plus where it's going usually is blocked. So we're clearing all of that. We're putting in the proper drains, and it will be a gated community. So certainly water that used to come from outer road onto this land will no longer be coming. Because we have a big wall around it. You go somewhere else, but not onto us. I know about flooding, but when I bought my first house at Fairview Park, and I know about black drains, I was backed up to Winter's Pen. On the map, they call it Winter's Park. And those people didn't clear their drains, and 1 year a big rain come. The water come right through the drain in the back. Oh, Tony, if you can't find it, you can't show them.
Show them what?
The Fairview Park.
Find it? How am I going to find it?
On NLA.
Oh.
It came through the back, washed through my house and flood me out. And go flood the whole of Fairview Park.
Remember what lot you were?
657 Mains Close. How could I forget? It's my first boyfriend. 657 Mains Close. My first invested boyfriend. So a little flooding don't bother me. Because guess what? You're insured. You're smart. You insure your furniture and everything. So when the flood come, you collect your money and buy new furniture. You fix up the house and you're done. Just a little bit inconvenient. But flooding is not something that I personally worry about because I've been through it. So it's not all that. What I worry about is fire. Fire is a serious thing. And 2 doors down from me, that property did catch fire and resulted in the death of a child. So fire is a scary thing for me, but really not flooding. So I never type in Fairview Park.
What's it coming up? Yeah, just.
Or you know how to find it. So you're on St. John's Road now, yeah.
Yeah.
So you would intercept it at Friendship. So Friendship there, you see it over here. Mahou, Pine. It's a Fairview Park. Fairview Park. My first little boyfriend's all close here. 657 Mains Close. See there? Mains Crescent, come up. Mains Crescent, come down, come down, come down.
No, we were the first road.
Tony.
So which way are we?
Just go down the man. 6 seat here. 657 Maze close. Get a hall. Hold on. Seat
Yes,
here.
here.
So which one is 657 now?
Oh, let's
All
see
right.
if we can still see it from the map.
Are you sure they're seeing the screen?
Oh, they're not. Hold on.
All right, so we're switching over to Fairview Park where I was flooded. The man had to carry Tony on him back to get us in the house. I'm gonna say it rain. And you know, I don't buck up that man again. He works at stationery and office supply. He was driving a stationery and office supply van when he picked us up from the bus stop, drenched, flood waters.
This is the lane.
And he picked us up and he took us.
So this must have been our house here.
He took us
either
to
this one or this one. Probably this one.
Click on it now, you will know. I don't think it's that one.
That's 651.
658.
So this one
where we were dead in the mouth is this one. He picked us up and he took us to try to get us home, but we couldn't go into
the new owner did an addition.
Yeah, we couldn't go into Fairview Park. You had to go back around the same Winters Park, which is round here, so he had to go.
Turn off some of the stuff so they can see.
Yeah. Turn off what?
Like this.
Right? So back here, so if you notice now, oh, the scheme nicely laid out. So this is Fairview Park where they cut up the lots and sold us, right? All of this. But I picked 657 Maze Close because we pick it off of the map. I didn't even go and look where the house was, guys. When the boss, not actually see house and layout and everything. I saw none of that. I picked it off the map. Now, if you notice, look, so this is one parcel. Look how many persons live here. Look at this. One per parcel, is it, Tony?
Yeah.
And you see how much house? Because them are lease land. And this is the lane I'm talking about. So this lane, these people did not clear their drains. See it here? This lane. This is the lane I did send Tony for look for me Shirley when Rachel did start turn blue and me Shirley come and work our magic man. So this was my first house right here. They did an addition, yeah. So eventually what I did to stop, that's why I telling the wall stop water. I put up a big 10-foot wall back here. So.
It was huge.
I don't think it's 10 feet, probably 8 feet. But I save up my money. When that flood happened to me, I save up my money. And I just put a wall back here so with no weep hole and just block everything. No problem. Problem solved.
It was a good one.
Solid as a rock. So that's what you do. All right. So you showed them how to get the tax. What else somebody asked us? We showed you the Palmetto Pines. So yes, we're selling. We're taking the reservations. The lawyers are still working on the sale agreement. That has not been shoot out yet. But we're going to get to that soon. We're just doing the reservations for now. So your reservation, did I show you what it required? You still need your ID, your TRN, your NHT letter, any other letter from a bank, and your proof of funds. And you choose a lot. Right? So you need that. Melly says electric vacuum.
Life is improving.
Yes, I can't afraid of progress. You have to embrace progress, man. Lots are resale lot at 10 million, including lawyer fees, survey and closing class. Still yours. Yours is in sector 2, number 326. Who that?
I don't know. That's Matt talking. I guess maybe about land in Moreland.
Which land you asking me about? I can't. Tony, go on the system. Let me really save any lot up there for that.
For what?
Palmbrook Estates? Tell me if it's Palmbrook Estates.
He said Moreland's Estates.
Where is Moreland's Estate in St. Elizabeth? There's a Moreland in St. Elizabeth Estate.
No, Moreland is in...
Moreland's Estate is in Manchester. So yeah, I think it's about that for those lots. But St. Elizabeth is a slow place, So unless you're the first owner, like how we bought Palmbrook Estates, first owner, first name and title, would you buy a resale? We don't buy resale lots. That's the first thing. We buy new. Train myself into that. Look for the new development and buy that. Put all my money on that and wait. Because when you're the new first name on title, that's the lowest price it is going to be. Remember that, Matt. Was it Matt who asked us first about bond and stuff?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Matt
Matt.
says the bond is for 3 years. I was planning on investing the returns on the Barita Capital Growth Fund for long term of more than 10 years. No more rentals for me. No stamina. Delinquent tenants.
Matt, suppose you want to get out of this 10 years. And
At least with the tenant, you can give 30 days notice and then sell.
Matt, let me tell you something. I went through the bank failures. I don't know how old you are, Matt. It's one thing bank failures taught me. The only bank that stood up at the time was Scotia. And Billing Society, Jamaica National. All Victoria Mutual needed a bailout. IVB got merged with which bank it on the road? Mutual Security. I said it there.
Mutual Life.
Mutual, you know a bank too. Mutual Security. And people tell me which banks got merged.
You mean the one that NCB
Yeah.
buildings now?
Or which failed. Work no, NCB stood up on its own. Never merged with nobody, I think. But Workers Bank failed. Tony, bring up the list. Just Google it. Easy to find.
No, banks that failed in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Bank failures. FinSoc. Or whatever them call it. Quarter sloping land for 8.5 in Barretttown. No. Only buy, if you're talking about investments, cheesy, buy in populated zones where it's easy to sell back. St. Andrew, St. Catherine, I'm telling you them now. St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Montego Bay, Portmore.
I don't even know any of these names.
Draxall, Miami Bay, St. Anne's Bay, Runaway Bay, Discovery Bay.
CNB, Eagle Commercial Bank, Workers Savings and Loan, Island Victoria.
Yup.
These are all banks in Jamaica?
Yup. Failed big time. By the end of the 1997, the government of Jamaica assumed management control of a number of failed financial institutions. I don't know CNB. What's CNB? Somebody tell me what's CNB. CNB, Eagle Commercial, yes. Workers Savings and Loan, yes. Island Victoria Bank, yes, which was a bank that was formed by Island Life Insurance Company. I was working at Island Life Insurance Company at the time, and Jamaica Citizens Bank all failed. If I have money that I can't afford to lose, I'd go with a big bank. If I can afford to lose it,
The big banks offering things like what Barita doing?
I don't know. Can't go find out.
No.
The big banks are more regulated, which is why I would go with them.
Yeah, because SSL thing was rough.
Rough.
And I didn't even have any money there.
Yeah, I was rough in this era, you know. Another thing with big banks too, you can put the money upon the bond, you can borrow against it, and still go buy the house. Think about it.
You can do that?
Yeah, and you can use the money to pay the mortgage, and don't put no tenant in there. Tony, that's a strategy.
yeah, you don't have to rent your house out.
You don't have to rent it. Maybe you can find a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom in St. Andrew that would be easy to flip back. Use the bond money and pay the mortgage. Think about it. If you can still get the mortgage, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that. So as long as you pay the mortgage, as long as them have the bond, voila. Yeah. If you borrow against it, yeah, it's still on the bond. Would it still be on the bond?
I
think
know.
so. Check with the bank. Technically, them would have get the money or your money or borrow anyway. But you're sure supposed you can still buy the bond, get the bond interest, borrow against the bond, 18 million, go buy a 1 bedroom for 18 million and sit it there and use the bond money and pay the mortgage if you want. Do the maths. We did teach you how to use a loan amortization to check how much your loan would be and so on. We teach all of that. So you should know how to do that. Any more?
And he's asking about update about the new EcoStead.
All right, so the book club there now. So the book club is there. How much people have for the new EcoStead already?
I think it was 30 that last count.
Oh, we have 30 persons. Melly, we don't call a meeting yet, but that link has their email, right?
Yes.
Right. So I'll send out an email. And we can talk about it, but we don't send out the email yet. What you all should be thinking, those of you who did sign up for the Melly, I don't know. Think if I want to call it the new EcoStead, you know.
Right now, it's called Claudia's partner plan.
My partner plan. It's called partner plan, and me come up with that in Tony. We never call it Tony and partner plan. All right. The EcoStead concept. EcoStead is a land development company. That's it. So when we do the partner club, we must have what it is that we do.
Another money-making concept.
Yeah. So everybody think about that. Come with your ideas as to how this can be done.
It can still be within real property, right? It's just
no, it has to be within real property. We're not buying no stocks and no bonds. Mm-hmm. Although the bonds look very attractive now, but I don't know, maybe a fear for them someday.
I mean, if you have 30 of you and each of you put $1 million on a $30 million on a bond, everybody could get a little return.
Hear what I say? Then you wake up tomorrow morning and you hear say, "Oh, the government of Jamaica
has
decided to seize
the bond."
And you know something? You don't get $1. Everybody who had monies in those banks did not get back any money. So, or them get pennies on the dollar. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know like government can seize the land. So not like that.
Yeah. Any updates? All right. Tony learning today. I did my own investigation concerning the drain system, and I'm pleased. Oh yeah, I check reality. The drain system will be done by 2 developers and the government, which includes Palmetto Pines developer. Love it. Thank you, check reality. Thank you for that vote of confidence. Let me read it again, Tony, man. Sure. Just fly past the things. So. Check reality. I did my own investigation concerning the drain system, and I'm pleased. The drain system will be done by 2 developers and the government, which includes Palmetto Pines developer. Love it. Thank you so much. So you see what collaboration, teamwork, we talk about all of that. When? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We talk about all of that. It works. I forget it together. Kay says, Matt, leave the money since you're not clear on where to go.
Matt's clear.
Matt's clear. He wants to put it on the bond. But you have to know which financial institution you're choosing, man. That's not a research you need to go do now. Mm-hmm. Citizens Bank was CNB. Okay. Okay. Now the 10.8 sounds great. But the bank will make way more than that. Be your own bank. Secure your principal. You do your math, same don't have the stamina for it. Okay. You know, listen to Matt. He says he doesn't have the stamina. It's not everybody can be their own bank.
And not only that, so being a landlord takes time and training.
Takes time. We were up at 5 this morning being a landlord. Just imagine when everybody in them bed. So it takes time, and as Tony says, it takes training, because I'm actually still training Tony, and who is now supposed to be training her sister Rachel, who down the line will have to go train Xander Zaven. So, and in between that, them still have to go find somebody to train, because these kids are so young. So everybody, it is a skill set that you really have to learn It's not something that you're born and know exactly what to do. Somebody call it about a leaking pipe, or if you look and you see that happening, that happening. Because like this morning, I had to be pointing out some things to Tony, and I realized that she never catch it, right? So it is a skill set that you must learn if you decide to get into this business. All right. Um, so remember that. What's GE, ladies?
Good evening, ladies.
Oh, good evening. Okay, says I've learned it's better I owe the bank than they owe me. Laugh out loud. Yeah, it is. It's better you owe the bank than them owe you. As a matter of fact, the bank is not there to make you rich, The bank is there
to leverage you.
To leverage you. You gonna make yourself rich. The bank's business is to give loans from tradition. That's how the bank set up. Call in some money, lend to this one, lend to that one, make a profit for the people who put the money there. So the bank is in the business of giving loans. That's what the bank is for. The bank is really not there to make you rich, right? So you must understand the purpose of the bank and use the bank for that purpose. You sent in your name for Homestead, but don't get a response from any of you yet via WhatsApp. Nadine, you have to use so you're trying to get on the partner thing. Tony, you drop at the partner link. Drop at the partner link. We get so many WhatsApp. You see why my phone was down for 3 days? I don't think I caught up to this thing, and I didn't even think I still catch up. 1 o'clock a.m. I went to my bed last night, just trying to answer the messages. Claudia, you're hiring property managers? No way. In Jamaica too, you have to have a license to be a property manager. Or I should tell everybody. If you want to be a property manager, go to the real estate board website. To be a commercial or a residential property manager. But of course, if you own your own properties, you can manage them on your own. You don't have to hire anybody to do that if you have your own properties. But if you're going to work for somebody else, then you need to have a license. And this license come after you have done your salesman course like Tony, the dealer's course like myself, and then you go on to the property management, which is another arm of the whole real estate. All right. All right. There's a little topic I want to discuss today. Tony, you want to jump into it? Yes. Oh, you're trying to set up the link. Anybody have any other questions? Oh, Melly. Oh, you're using a mirror until you formulate the new name. All right, Melly. Think of a name, Melly. Think of a name. Claudia Davis partner plan. Tony, you just put that as a...
Yes, I'm trying to.
Oh, you did it on the... Oh, yeah. Oh, it's sluggy. So I know persons who missed the first Homestead group, the Ecosted. I know you missed. And some persons sorry that they didn't get on, but maybe can get on to this one if we do set it up. I'm home to ideas. I don't have all the ideas. I'm home to ideas. I like when a group come together and we just mel and gel and move through it and just deal with the thing. Man, tell you now, say the groups, dynamic people. You move way faster than you alone. So form your groups, get cracking, Need to go to slideshow. Form your groups and get cracking.
I'm gonna have to share first.
Go to slide. Oh, you have a share first on the slideshow. Yeah, form your groups and get cracking so that way you can move mountains. But you have to willing to work together. You have to learn some of the concepts that we teach in our book club. You have to come with some mindset. It's really a mindset, not even a skill set. The skill set, you can learn that over time. But your mindset have to be a certain way before you join groups, even for investment groups, even for your own family and so on. Your mindset have to be different, right?
Even if the group is unmarried, you have to have a mindset, a certain way to start it.
Yeah, you have to have a mindset. And some people get into the wedding and plan so much about this wedding, but they don't plan the marriage. And of course, the plan is going to fail. All right, so those of you who don't know our numbers, mine is 2926776. Tony Ann's is 3708138. We sell real estate in Jamaica. So if you have a property for us to sell, you can give us a call. drop it in our WhatsApp message. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I get back? So the word of the week is diversification. Diversification. You would have, you know that word. Everybody talk about diversification. Don't even need for definition.
Plain.
All right, we're just checking if you see the screen.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so diversification is a risk management strategy that creates a mix of various investments within a portfolio. A diversified portfolio contains a mix of distinct asset types and investment vehicles in an attempt to limit exposure to any single asset or risk. The rationale behind this technique is that a portfolio constructed of different kinds of assets will, on average, yield higher long term returns and lower the risk of any individual holding or security. But is that true though? So, diversification is a risk management strategy. So, it's a strategy that they use to manage risk by creating a mix of various investments within a portfolio. So, for your portfolio K, you might have some real estate, you might have some bonds, might have some stocks. Correct, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
You might have, and that's a mix of your portfolio. So you're getting rental income from the real estate and you're getting interest income from the stocks.
But
No, you're getting interest in no, risk. Sorry. You're getting dividend income from the stocks and you're getting interest income from the bond. But what in itself is a risk?
This diversification. Because it's like saying I decide to date 5 men at the same time to
you have to figure out to mitigate one of them leaving and they ain't have nobody.
Right.
Or to mitigate you wanting to go to the movie this evening
and him not
available. So
or him broke this month.
Or him broke or something. Oh my God. Tony, you put that spin on it. All the men in here saying, what Tony talking about? No. So diversification is a strategy used to manage risk. As Tony said, the risk of not having a date tonight, the risk of not being able to afford dinner this evening. So if one man can't afford it, she can roll up, next one can.
But isn't that the essence behind multiple baby fathers? Like,
I don't think that's a strategy that the women deliberately did. It just happened that way. And it worked. Well, for me, it worked. But it's not a strategy that you deliberately say, let me diversify. You understand? No. And the truth is, if I should really think about it, my friends who went the route of not diversification have all suffered. All right. So,
when you don't diversify, you have to put more work in the one asset that you do decide to invest in.
Right. But listen to this now. So everybody understand what diversified portfolio means, right? Tony and I went off on a tangent with it, but it's a mix of a distinct asset class, meaning, and if you have 5 baby fathers and them not bringing in income or anything like that, them not an asset, right? We're talking about asset types. Contains a mix of distinct asset types and investment vehicles in an attempt to limit exposure to any single asset or risk, right? The rationale is your portfolio of different types of assets and on average will yield higher long-term returns and lower the risk of any individual holding our security. But is that true, guys? Is that true? Right? Now, Warren Buffett says, why diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they're doing. So, Tony, and if you have 5 baby fathers, because you don't understand what you're doing. Because if you understand how to manage,
understand this man,
right? How to understand this man, how to love him, how to manage him, you shouldn't need 5. Only one you should need. So he says, why diversification is going to require that investors don't have a clue what them doing. And that's probably true. Because you look on the Sagicor stock, it's a true. You look on the Grace Kennedy stack, you say, Chuck, no buy. Then a man send you an email with some bonds, you say, put some money over this, man. Then Miss Davis roll up Palmetto Pines and say, Chuck, don't buy that, man. So you have, you have to watch your family.
Yeah, but to be fair,
Mm-hmm.
the average person that's investing, and I'm putting that in quotes, right, don't know what they're doing. They just have a way of their current income is making a lot of money that they're not using, and they don't know what to do with the money. So they put it in all these places to make the money work for them additionally. But I really don't know anything about real estate or about stocks or bonds.
Right. That's what he says.
Yeah. They don't.
They're
not really true investors either.
Right. That's what he's saying. He's saying is when investors don't understand what they're doing, why they feel that they have to be a piece of this, a piece of that. It's like when you go to the buffet. If you didn't know what you want, you would not pick up crab so, then a piece of fish so, then callaloo so all over the place. Don't it? If you know, say you just want vegetable, you just go pick up callaloo, come back at your table and eat your callaloo. But you really don't know what you want. You don't know what you're doing, right?
Or you just crave them.
Right. No. In the investing, the diversification, you must be mindful of what Mr. Buffett says too. He says, never lose money. So when you're putting the money on the bond, it's not just the fact that them say them will give 10.75%. But where are you putting the money? Because I'm sure SSL tell the people them, oh, we're going to give you this and we're going to give you that. You know. But nobody investigated the company. Nobody looked at the balance sheet of this thing. Nobody looked to say, oh, them people only have 10 million and me I give them 50 million. These people only made 10 million last year. I may I'll give them now 40 million. What's the point of that? Don't make sense, right? So therefore, never lose money.
Rule number one.
Rule number one. And never lose money means that you must do your due diligence. So in other words, if you're thinking really of going to buy the bond, right? Then don't you think you have to first go investigate the people that you're going to give the bond? You have to also investigate what type of bond. In other words, who is the issuer of the bond? Is it the government of Jamaica? Is it the government of China? Is it Grace Kennedy Company Limited? Who is issuing this bond? And the person issuing the bond, what is their track record of this bond business? How long them issued bonds? Have they paid back the last of the bonds? The last thing I heard about some bonds in China, some housing developers forfeited on the bonds. And because the Chinese people stopped paying the loans, so them couldn't pay the bond. They took bonds to do the development. And then they forfeited, they couldn't pay back the bonds. So you have to understand what is a bond, who is issuing it, what is the track record of these people issuing the bond, right?
Right.
You also have to know the company who is underwriting this bond. In other words, suppose a bondholder fail.
Mm-hmm.
Is the company who issue you the bond, who sell you the bond.
So in this case, Burrito.
What is there? Are they going to give you back your money if the bond fails?
What's the risk?
What is the risk with this bond?
So you can ask for that, like fine print.
All of that is there in the fine print. Tell you, has to be there. Wow. Part of disclosure rules. You must disclose to the public what you're selling. Okay. All right. So that's rule number one. And rule number two, simple. Never forget rule number one. You want to take care of that.
Never lose money.
Mr. Buffett says never lose money. So somebody hinted at it earlier. Security principle, security capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. If everybody figured out and believed in rule number one, there's some investments that you wouldn't even bother look at, like stocks. Right?
It's a gambler's game.
Yeah.
But some people do stocks and don't lose because they're just in and out.
I don't know. I don't know about that. So I can't say for sure that anybody do stocks and never lose. Cannot say that for sure.
Mm.
I bought Dial back in the day. I wake up one morning, here's a Dial lockdown. Boom.
Like
Just
the next day?
like the next day. Just like that. Right? Can't say never lose. I remember I had ICD too, which was a Matalan company, and they called in back their shares. And if I'm remembering correctly, I lost some money on that. And the shares were one price and then said at a different price. So I can't say for sure you don't lose.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, opportunity cost of money. So while you have this money in stocks, you could have had it in bonds, you could have had it in real estate, earning more money. So there's an opportunity loss right there. Right? So as he says, why diversification is only required when investors do not understand what they're doing. So to mitigate against that, you need to study. Know what
you're
always
invested in.
Yes, what amazes me is how persons go into things without studying, which is why we must have the book club so that persons we can study together, understand the rules and what it is that we're doing. Right? You must study the game before you enter it. Don't just enter the game like that, right? So if I was ever to win the lotto, I would have studied because I have to win it. You understand?
Can't be a game of chance.
No, it's not a game of chance. It cannot be. Not with my money, even if it's $20. Now, we talk about diversification. I wanted to examine again. Remember those companies that we looked at in the past 2-3 weeks? One of them was Jamaica Money Market Brokers.
Mm-hmm.
When did Jamaica Money Market Brokers diversify? Somebody tell me in the chat. Did they start out with diversification or did they wait until them understand the secondary market, financial market properly and could manage in that market before that they diversified into, say, full-fledged banking?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Just went there.
Right? The Hendrickson family, who we studied last week, started out, as we understand, in bakery business. Did they perfect the art of baking? Yeah. Did they go and gobble up all of the bakeries and make a big conglomerate and then really understand baking and start make some serious money before they diversified into chicken feed and hotel and da-da-da? I want you to tell me. Think about it. We read it last week. We also looked at Progressive Foods, who were the 4 or 5 gentlemen who were running various supermarkets, came together, created a company called Progressive Foods, which is a supermarket brand, and then they diversified into plazas.
Anchored by the said supermarkets.
Mm-hmm. We also looked at Wisynco, which started in, what did the Wisynco father start in again? I'm trying to remember.
Water Boots?
No. Water Boots? Was it that? Did they start in something, perfect it, make some serious money, then they diversified? Was that the strategy? And is that a strategy that we should really look at? I mean, instead of us trying to jump up and down all over the place, oh, me could buy this, oh, me could buy that, oh, me could go in at that, oh, me could go in at that, me could go study that, me could go. Mm-hmm. Think about it, guys. Everybody I preach diversification. But when you really look at the giants, even look at Amazon. Didn't Amazon perfect his online marketplace before him start to go do this and do that and da?
And he's still an online marketplace.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at Microsoft. Look at Apple. Look at all of these giants. Did they really start by, oh, me could do bread or so? And then 1 year later, a year say, them go and do patty. And then before, them go and do pizza. Did they do that? There's a company called KFC in Jamaica that does chicken. As far as I know, them fries chicken. That company does chicken at lunchtime right through the night. Not right through the night. They didn't finish by 10, 12 o'clock.
They start at 10 and finish at 10.
Oh, 10, 10. They went into the breakfast market. But then we done soup up lunchtime and dinner chicken in already, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They diversified into the breakfast market. I don't think I see them in the breakfast market again. Them
They're
jump
not.
out fast. Because them realize, oh, I don't have no competitive advantage here. So juicy beef and mothers have it locked.
I know. You know who diversifies a lot? Mothers. I swear they sell everything.
They're all over the place.
Burgers, chicken, patty, and you know how they jerk chicken at Mothers.
Yeah. So, which is probably why they have now sold the brand. Because them just can't get it right. So everybody, we're gonna jump into the book club. We're gonna jump into partner plan, but bear this in mind. When I'm studying the history of the companies that have really made it and blow this thing out of the water, the people them not diversify when them poor.
No, that's what they're doing some serious 20, 30 years before diversification.
Yes, them diversify when them have money, when them rich.
I know, because even the Stewart's family, I mean, they did, they've been doing hotels for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the other day cars came into the picture and radio station.
And Starbucks and Starbucks. Yeah. So, do they really diversify? I think Mr. Butch Stewart started with ATL. That's another company that we should look at. And he perfected that whole AC thing and the whole ATL brand and all of that. So, are we in building our strategy for our families, for businesses, right? For companies that you may join or you want to buy them shares and those things. Look at the strategy. What is the strategy? These companies, are they them just coming at the market with whole food? And then all of a sudden you run into them going with fast food. What is it? You understand? Have they perfected the market? Another company that I saw come in and never diversify right away was Rainforest Foods. Rainforest Foods came in with raw fish. Mash up the whole place right now. You have to blind if you don't know say rainforest seafood you eat at Jamaica. You have to really live under a bushel for know that. Right? If you don't know that.
I know, like I used to wonder, where did we get fish before rainforest?
But yeah, I used to wonder the same thing. No, rainforest lock up the market, then perfect it. Every move you move through Jamaica, you're eating a rainforest seafood product in fish. Then perfect it. Then they went into fast food. See them struggling a little bit. Them still don't have it. Oh, I know them still don't have it yet. You pull up to the location. So you have shrimp salad. No, we don't have that today.
Yeah, you could never go to Island Grill and they say they don't have it.
Yeah.
Everything on Island Grill menu is there.
So it's KFC.
Yeah.
Everything is there. So
you might have to wait 10 minutes for barbecue chicken. but
it's
there.
On the oven. It's there. So I know that they haven't yet, quote unquote, perfected them game into them entry into the fast food, right?
What I'm surprised they didn't do that, such a big brand. Instead of making rainforest fast food, I thought, and call it Fish Pot, they should have probably just brought a franchise that already did fish and just made that there, like
since they were so new.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to feel them way around the processes and all of that. I know.
Yeah, I would have brought a franchise. Especially since I had the capital.
Yeah. But everybody, so we looked at diversification. You want to think about this as a strategy. I would probably move into strategy next week, because the truth is, without a strategy, you must have a strategy for your life, for your children's life, your great-great-great-great-grandchildren's life, your household on a whole, your business and all other businesses that you get yourself mixed up in, and all the monies that you're going to earn and all of that. What is the strategy, right? What's the strategy? So,
And like we take it for granted that you need strategy, but you need strategy for every aspect of your life.
yeah, you do.
Even just how you're gonna get up and get to work every morning.
Yeah, you need a strategy.
Yeah.
So, like, even Tony and I were having a discussion, strategy meeting just before we came on live, and we realized that we diversified without even realizing it from my original goal.
Remember when you used to write down those 5-year plans?
Right.
You probably need to go back to doing that because you were really hitting everything.
Hitting everything. That's the thing too. I don't remember which course I went on, and I'm saying I must write down everything. So those are the days when I was writing down everything. And I tell you, when you write it down, you hit it. You kind of stick it, tick, 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 tick. And it keeps you focused. Now, because as Tony said, stop writing down, this is a 5-year strategy, and we're going to execute. We have to get back to, you have to get into that.
I think what happened to you too, because we went into real estate full time. You were seeing so many opportunities in real estate.
Yes.
From at first hand.
First hand, no.
That your strategy just got left by the wayside because all these opportunities were coming.
And there are just so many. I mean, in real estate, you can't just diversify till you're dead.
Yeah.
If you're not careful. So even the same real estate, you have to focus. Am I going to be in commercial? You're in commercial, you perfect it, you make some serious money now, then you might think of diversifying into tourism, real estate. You understand? You really have to get in there, perfect it. Because the truth is, your brain can only focus on one thing at a time, right? The brain can't focus on all these different things. And in every market, there are different things to learn. So if you in 5 markets, you're gonna miss certain things in it. So if you're in a tourism market, Airbnb market, you focus there. So all your property them in a tourism market, when you're perfect that, you build a 10 hotel, which is even what Monopoly teaches us. The strategy. Buy 4 single house. Switch over that to the red hotel or the blue hotel. Kind of thing. All of those are strategies, right? So everybody think, is diversification the way to go? Is it? Or should we focus, zoom in, perfect what we need to do, right? Focus and get what needs to be done. It's like a child that you have hop, skip, and jumping all over them career. 1 minute them want be a sweet screen, next minute them want jump on the back of the truck. Then them can't bother with that, them want be the gardener. I mean,
those who had started out, but even when you think about it in life, if you had just started out with a career at the start and pushed through it, probably ended up better than a person who every 5 years they change their job type.
Right. So
there's a question, Mom.
Oh, what's the question?
Son Neil Gordon was asking, good day. I just bought a house by Camelot, phase 5. Please share your thoughts on this development. And do you know if the wooden security post will be refurbished? And does low water pressure issue persist?
Low water pressure will now persist because of it's a development. So even the developer themselves turn off the water because remember they're connecting pipes all over the place and so on. I know that firsthand. The tank for the development has been put in place. I don't know if they commissioned it yet, but it's not on our property, somewhere up the road, because other communities will get the water from there as well. I personally did put in a standby tank, and all my friends in there put in standby tanks. So, and standby tanks are standard in Jamaica. Once you have a property in Jamaica, irrespective, it don't matter where you live. I mean, where our property is right under the dam, we put in standby tanks. Right? Don't matter. They're not going to lock off your water. So put in a standby tank. You're also on the hill in phase 5, which means water has to be pumped up to you, not gravity fed. So if they turn off the water, you're the first one get knocked off. The rest of us down in the bottom, phase 2 and so. I've been there, and the other people crying about them don't have no water, and I have water. So yes,
because of where your house is.
yeah. So if you're down in gravity, you will get some water. And depending on what them connecting, and so they might lock off this side, lock off that side, and so on. So you have to put in a tank. Now remember that Camelot is in a good zone, but the truth is in a low income development. Let me call it that. You know, it makes sense. Me say middle income. Some persons who would have bought in there are middle income owners, but a lot of persons are also lower income owners. I mean, that's the only property them can afford, right? And the house reflects that. So of course, no landscaping, no perimeter fencing. What else am the rest of them again?
I think the biggest thing with Camelot is to don't have over expectations of what the development is.
No.
Yeah.
What the focus should be on the persons who will own property in there is to focus what it can be. That's the thing. Which I don't think they've started focusing on that yet. They just complain a lot because everybody moving in, feeling them way, and one of the association that would carry that is your HOA. So it depends on your HOA. Leadership is the key, and that's the HOA, right? You asked me another question. You asked me about the water or the gate. No, that's there is temporary. The development don't finish yet. It's temporary. They're having an issue with a piece of property to the left that they're trying to acquire. I haven't been to the meeting, so I don't know how far it is. The last couple of meetings I've had, I've actually been on YouTube Live. So I haven't been following up with it. One of the things, though, that I repeatedly think is that we should wait until the phase 5, the entire phase is completed by Gore, and they have handed over to us. So the perimeter fencing, them gate system and supposed to put in, the parts, whatever. Let Gore finish them work.
Yeah, the thing is just to have some patience.
Yeah, patience is what's lacking in Camelot right now. And I know that is because I can tell you, the persons from overseas are impatient. I don't know if you're from overseas, but I can't tell you. Jamaicans who live here are more relaxed.
I think in the States they do a whole thing and hand over.
Right. For some reason, Camelot seems to come people in Camelot want to jump the fence because we've had some issues with water being locked off and they have to rally and do this and do that. So I can understand all of that, right? But it doesn't mean that you should take over the security at the gate and start paying for that with Gore being still on the property and all the expenses that's gonna come with it. I don't think we should do any of that yet. We need to wait for that. That's where I differ from a lot of the views now that is being expressed by even persons on our WhatsApp group and the committee themselves and so on. I personally, having been there, done this, I'm saying we should just really wait on Gore to do the proper thing, complete the scheme, put in our perimeter fencing, complete the entrance, give us our roads cleaned. In other words, do what they should do. What they should do, what they promised to do. Gore is kind of caught because Gore did not start with the intention of this development to be gated. I know because I was one of in phase 2. In phase 2, we paid an extra 300,000 Jamaican dollars for fencing, or I don't know if it's a wall, but I don't remember the term. For perimeter fencing. Each person in phase 2 paid an extra 300,000. It was 17 million first, and we paid 17.3 million for the perimeter fencing around the entire community because persons were crying out for the gated, and I'm sure it was the overseas persons again, because the Jamaicans could care less,
No.
right? Crying out for the gated. It's not a bad thing, but it have its nuances, right? Gore also took $5,000 from each of us as part of the fund that will be handed over to the HOA. That's on deposit. I think it's 5,000 from each household. So the HOA will get that. And that's one of the reasons why I think the HOA should wait until the handover, because they will have that capital as seed money to put in their office furniture, to outfit whatever capital items need to be bought to establish the running of the HOA properly. One of the things with being underfunded, whether you're running an organization or you're running your own household, is being underfunded creates some serious challenges.
It creates misery.
Misery. Tony, that's the right word.
You have big ideas and no money. It just creates misery.
Yeah.
All around.
And Tony and I see, Tony don't see it so much in the WhatsApp group. I tell you, I see the misery and I just watch them going through it. I say, you guys gotta go through this. Persons complaining there is no
and I think
topside.
I think a lot of persons, their first house in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So
and the thing is,
they just don't know.
Yeah, I will have to learn to compare apple with apple, right? So I dropped a client in. We had dinner on Wednesday, and I went into Draxall Manor. And when I drove through the gate, I said, "Damn, what a difference!" Because I was just coming from Camelot. Because I was staying at Camelot the Monday, Tuesday, the Wednesdays when I took him to dinner. I took another client to dinner on Tuesday who lived over across the street, which is Vista Del Mar. And again, when you're driving to Vista Del Mar, what a difference. Those are land development as well. So you still have extra lands in Vista Del Mar, still not built on our bush or anything. But for the most part, persons have built and they're putting their landscaping and
but isn't Vista over 20 years old?
Yes. And in Draxall, they already got starter grass and palm trees, and over the years, persons have improved on their addition. Really nice. Now,
yeah, because the thing too is Draxall, you got a completed house,
right? Every lot had a house on it.
Had a house on it. They also had the little grass.
Yeah.
And everything was done. It's a different experience.
It's a different experience. It's a different price point too. So even though you're thinking, oh, these people who bought Draxall bought it at 12 million and 14 million. 12 million and 14 million. Back then was a lot of money just the same, which is why the houses are now 50 million. That's why they're that price. Right? So
if Chemtech was selling Draxall Manor now, they would be selling them for the 40 and 50 million.
Yes. So you have to understand. So where the scheme starts to is where it's going to end. I can tell you that from experience. So when we bought Fairview Park, Spanish Town, it was a scheme as well. And every lot had a house. But some people, them never give a landscaping. So some people forever bush, they didn't give you a driveway.
Some people don't have
Some people still don't have driveway. And it was a low income community. Paid, I think it was 175,000 at the time. Now, Angels came after that. Angels up the game. Angels was up the road at Angels. Angels gave the people fan and I think fridge.
I remember that. And it was quote unquote gated. Remember at the time with the crossbars.
Right. And it was a higher price, much higher price. I couldn't afford it.
And up to now, Angels.
And up to now, when you're driving at Angels, it still look nice. You understand? So, who asked the question? So, where you start is where you're gonna end up. No. The thing is, if you bought for capital gain, you're in a good place. Your capital gain will come.
Because it's low for the North Coast.
It's low for the North Coast. And them finish no more now send. Them done now. Lucky for you got in the phase 5. Congratulations. Gore though is an anomaly. I think Gore the only one that come in and discover be a lick up a house to 17 million.
But I think like
But
Gore's
then-
mandate is to provide homes.
Yeah, and them have
And
economies
they know-
of scale.
And they know their market too. They're not trying to
Yeah.
be Chemtech.
Tech. Yeah, and they're
In
not.
that-
No, they're not.
And they're not trying to be Matalon either. So
No.
they're just,
Well, on the on Matalan and up on the North Coast, but they're not trying to be a rich man,
yeah.
right? So I know who is there now. We have people with Pyramid Point. They're not trying to be those people.
Mhm.
So them
And I
catering.
think people are forgetting to be grateful that Gore brought a development that the average person could afford on the North Coast, because the North Coast prices are very expensive.
Very high.
Yeah, like the average Jamaican cannot buy on the North Coast.
Right.
Which is why Gore came in at that price point so that Jamaicans living and working in Jamaica could afford to actually buy something on the North Coast.
Right. But the overseas persons jumped on it.
Yeah.
Good. Well done. But remember, that is what we're in. Now, as the noble girls say, what are some good developments in St. Anne for sale? I hear you mention that Camelot is low income. I don't want low income. I'm trying to stay away from certain characters. But what is your budget? If you have 50 million, 60 million, you go to a rich man.
Or Paradisia.
Or you go Paradisiac, which is where all the $60 million people will be. Right? That's not low income. So somebody will earn them 200,000 can't reach in a Richmond and Paradisiac. Them can't reach in a Draxal. So you have to figure out, noble girl, what is the income? Or you can do like what I did back in the day. So I did buy a low income, which is we just showed it, Fairview Park, Spanish Town. You can buy a low income, but if you're young. So if you're young, noble girl, you can look at a low income, Fairview Park, Spanish Town. Then you can climb your way. So I did it in about, let me see. So I did Fairview Park, Spanish Town.
It was 10 years?
Then I bought the land, built. But again, it was an anomaly. I did about 3 steps. And then you can get up into a upper income neighborhood. You can do it that way. But it depends on your budget. So if you have the 60 million now and you just want somewhere to live, you're not into no investment, take your 60 million and buy a rich one. Take your 60 million and go buy a rich one. If you're into investments, take your 60 million and buy 3 Camelot if you can get it.
Yeah.
Right? So Camelot as a capital gain strategy is good. You can also follow Gore anywhere them go and do the same thing. Remember we talked about diversification. I would have said don't diversify. Don't. If you're trying to build a strategy with the real estate, I would have said, listen, man. You see, anywhere Gore go, I go and buy. So like who bought Camelot? No. Gore soon move and gone. You notice that Gore in like phase 5 by the end of the year, them roll up. If your strategy is Gore, you start roll up back the Camelot already. You sell it. So by the time Gore moves to the next location, you say, Gore, simmer cash ya. And you roll up 2. You understand? You follow Gore. 2 years and Gore finished at the scheme.
They're rolling around the developments faster though, because they rolled up the Portmore ones before they finished the Camelots.
Yeah. And them now doing 2 for 1.
Yeah.
So remember, Gore, where did Gore first start? Hold on. Let me get in a Gore business.
Was
Tony,
Gore
jump
the
on the
ones
Gore
who-
website. Let
I
me see
feel
them.
Gore did the vineyards, didn't they?
Where's the vineyard?
Out in Olabo.
Maybe. I'm sure about them in Montego Bay. They did Montego Bay. They did Falmouth twice. So they went to Florence with some $7 million, I think it was.
They were in Old Harbor too.
Then they were in Old Harbor too for $7 million.
Mhm.
Then they went, and they got Old Harbor 5 times.
Mhm.
Old Harbor 1, 2, 3, New Harbor Village 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they went to Trelawney twice. At Coral Spring, started at 10 million. right? So you want us a strategy we talk about, don't bother with the diversification. And if you can't bother bill and you can't bother with the 10 and they can't bother with that. So like all that 18 million and now, you could have just roll up now and say, Gore, where you going next? And Gore say, all right, man, I go Tahiti. And you say, you know, say Gore come down here at 20 mil, maybe the man come in at 21, 22. All right, Gore.
In 20,
see my money here.
In 2006, they were in Bogue Village.
Bogue Village.
And then 2012, they were in Florence Hall. And then 2016, they were in Coral Spring.
Hold on. Let me see the price. Let me see them history.
I don't see any prices here.
No, you're not giving me the price. I kind of know the price. Let me look on them. All the Coral Springs. I went there and looked at the property. Also went and looked at, they had land selling for 3 million. I don't know why I never buy one. Jesus. Could have knocked myself out. Drive all the way, go look on the place and never buy. What threw me off was it was a hillside. So they never want to build upon that. Oh my God, Tony, are you serious?
What happened?
You have all these pens and not one working.
Oh, what happened to them?
Oh my God. So give me the first timeline here. 2006. And where were they?
Bogue Village.
Bogue Village. That's Mobile. Yeah?
2012.
2012? Florence. They not so long them stay at Bogue?
Yeah, they did 1,600 homes in Bogue.
Oh.
And then Florence, they did 850 homes. Then they went to Coral Springs and did 401 homes and 116 lots.
401 homes.
This was
right, and 116 lots. You see, a lot of them was 4 million, guys. 2016, should I buy the lot?
And then they went to New Harbor Village 1, 2, and 3.
New Harbor. Hear that?
2017, I did 3,221 homes in total.
2017.
They did this quick.
And where they went to Phoenix.
And then 2020, they went to Montego Bay West Village.
So they went back to Mobile.
And did 1,174 homes. Then they went to Phoenix in 2023. Oh, they put this as 2023.
When they went to Camelot. Camelot there?
No.
Well, we know they went to Camelot last year. No, the year before.
They don't have Camelot as a past development. So this is
because they're still there currently doing it.
Yeah, so they have Phoenix 1, and these dates that they're giving us is the completion dates.
So Camelot would be complete in
Phoenix
2023.
One almost 2,000 homes minus one.
And that's when? What date?
They have 2023 because they're only giving us the completion dates.
All right. So if you are rolling around with Gore from 2006, I know the Florence was 7 million. I know the Coral Spring was 10 million. Don't remember Mobile. I can probably look at some old articles and find them. But yes, if you follow Gore and just sell buying the phase 1, selling by the time I roll up phase 5, you start to get rid of year 1. Roll with them again to the next phase and go buy the next one. You have a nice little nest egg by the time you don't roll with them. So from 2006 to 2012, that's 6 years, another 6 years at 2016. So how many years in between this now? 2006 to 2023. How many years is that in between? 2023 minus 2006. Spell the company name. Which company?
Gore.
Oh, Gore. Gore. 1 cocoa full basket. Learn to invest can be quick or take long with diligence. 17 years. 17 years. You'll be rotten rich now with Gore. If you just buy one house.
And Gore has not diversified. They have not built any apartments, townhouses.
Tony. How much years you say? 17. No, them built townhouse.
They built townhouse.
This last one, them built townhouse in a Camelot.
Oh yeah, it's their first diversification.
I think they're ugly though, but yeah. Gore never do a good job with that townhouse.
They did a good finish on the
inside, but the outside.
Outside designs are a little plain. But Gore's houses on a whole are plain on the outside.
Right. That's because they're not into design. Them into giving you somewhere to live. And you have to understand that, guys. So I can't tell you. Somebody asked me what to expect.
I think the only change in design is that they give him front porch now.
They're trying to save away from certain characters. When I say low income, maybe I should have said low middle, not low can't afford a Gore either way.
They can't afford house.
Yeah, low can't afford house in general. So I should say low middle or middle. Cause you know you have low middle, upper middle, right? So Gore is middle, low middle. And I think we have no upper class people in there. If we have upper class people in there, no, we don't have any. We don't have no people like people. We don't have no people like people who own KFC and we own Burger King and we own hotels. Them they're the upper class in Jamaica. We don't have those people in Camelot. Can't tell you that.
No, those people live on Millionaire Road.
Yeah. Them they cross the street from it. But the Camelot is in a good location. We have an opportunity to make this into something.
Development is a good development.
Yeah.
It just needs time to get its legs.
Yeah. It needs time. It needs some patience, which I know the people exercising right now. But it can get there. However, here's a challenge. It takes cash to care. I don't think the income level in there is going to be able to fork out the kind of maintenance money that is going to be required. So here's the thing. We're not getting any amenities. So there are no swimming pool, lawn tennis court.
That alone would add 10 million to each person's price bill.
Yeah. So
the pool expensive.
Pool there. Right. So no pool, lawn tennis court, no gym, those things. We might get a clubhouse, as I see Gore put on the other lots. And I noticed in Portmore, they actually gave them in New Harbor Village too, they gave them a basketball court. For some reason, that's not here. Although I don't know, they might put it in. So patience is what's required now. Also, in schemes like these, this price point, definitely some people just buy it and sell it back.
Yeah.
Them not cut no grass and do all the fancy things that persons who live there would want them to do, because they're vested only in the capital gain. It is the resale, the person who come in and buy second, who buy it as a home, who would put in that kind of investment. Also, it requires a certain income level to support landscaping.
Yes.
As much as you think landscaping is just to put in some grass and plant 2 trees and this and that,
it is not.
It is not.
Some households can't manage losing an extra $10,000 per month.
Not only that, your outlay, because Gore did not give you even topsoil according to one homeowner. Your outlay, your capital outlay to do your perimeter fencing and to put in the landscaping and to maintain it is an easy 3 million extra. Where is that going to come from if you're in a middle income household?
Yeah.
With school fee to pay and this to pay and that.
And that's a cash expense.
Yeah. And that's not an expense that you're even taking a loan on. So those persons who buy a Richmond and took a loan, they're paying for that maintenance little in them loan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a capital expenditure that they outlaid.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's if you're in a catch-22 with a place like Camelot, right? I haven't been to the meetings. I hear a little birdie tell me there will be a phase 6, but I think it's townhouses for the phase 6. So I'm not so sure. You'd have to get on the Gore chat line and ask them, right?
Noble's asking, what's your thoughts on Stonebrook, madam?
In Trelawney? Yeah, it's a good buy. It's a very nice community, and I said them all the value. The last sale I know in there was 40 million for a 3-bed, something like that. Yeah, man. Yet those houses were 18 million. There you go. But to think about it, Stonebrook Manor was 18 million in what year? Was it 5-6 years ago?
I'm not sure.
Gore come and give you a 2-bedroom for 18 million. Do the maths.
5 years later.
Yeah. So you see what I'm talking about? Noble girl is what I'm talking about. Is what I'm talking about. So the persons who could buy a Stonebrook 5, 6, 7 years ago for $18 million would have been clocking some money. So that's what you have in Stonebrook Manor. Persons at a different income level. Now, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Bill Gates said that. Yes, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Yes. So something like a Camelot, we run the risk of overestimating what we can do in 1 year. If you take the other Gore developments that have been built, it's a good benchmark. When you drive into a Florence Hall, or you drive into, what are some of the others? Even the Phoenix was built the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The one at Vogue and all of those. Reality check reality. You're going to see houses full of bush, wasp round it up, or whatever. That's what you're gonna see. Not everybody's, you can't, the association will say, oh, we're gonna force them to cut them grass or whatever. No, you're not. You won't have time for that.
The association might have to take up the bill of cutting those grass.
Yeah,
if
no,
they
them
really want to keep.
how them recover it. Who's maintenance them when used to cut them grass. So, and you run the risk to the association, run the risk of even trying to do things that is not the association. So the association is responsible for common areas, not common boundaries, common areas. So like me and Tony have our side by side. The association not responsible for that. Me and Tony can fight about the fence, fight about this and that with whatever. Not the association. Association is responsible for common areas, right? Like sidewalks, drains, the same, what do you call it?
What sidewalk
The
and
same community center,
Oh,
those things. Now, you also will have a misfit. In so long, I spent on Camelot. Gee. We have a misfit with expectations. So you come in a scheme like Camelot where you pay 17 million for your house and you want bend security. How does that fix in your brain?
I think what's happening.
Remember now, you know,
to
you
be
never
fair,
buy a $60 million rich man house.
Yeah, but I think what's happening, Mob, is that everybody who bought in Camelot looked out at Draxall Manor, Draxall Country Club, Richmond Estates, that's
Torres Country
Rural
Club.
Country Club. That's all they saw, and
Mhm.
then they bought, and then they heard gated community, North Coast, 2-bedroom houses, and in their mind, even though they're seeing the 17 million black and white in front of them, they're thinking it's gonna be the same nice gated community. So when they landed in the development, they're like, no grass, no fencing, no nothing. Developers still walking through the scheme willy-nilly. Everybody was like, I want a Richmond looking development. And so they're pushing for that, but not realizing that their pocket can't reach there. The mindset can't reach there as yet, right? And the developer certainly is not going there.
Well, it's not that them pocket can reach here. Some person's pocket can reach there.
Yeah, but everybody's
But
pocket
everybody's pocket
has to reach.
cannot reach there.
Yeah.
You see, what you have to understand is that everybody who buy a Richmond already could afford 250,000. So everybody who buy Camelot can only afford 17, 18, 19, 20. How much it reach? 20 million?
Yeah.
No, girl. Everybody can only, who in Camelot, price point is 20 million at the base level.
Yeah.
Everybody at Richmond at the base level is $60 million at the base level. So people who have $60 million in their budget behave different from people with $22 million in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. And that is
And the reality,
everywhere.
The reality is still rich people who bought Richmond. They were second and third properties.
Yeah.
It wasn't their first.
It
home.
wasn't their first
people who
property.
bought in Camelot, it's their first house. They're facing a very big mortgage and they're just trying to get by.
Just trying to survive. Keep them head above the water.
And ride out this inflation and everything that's facing us right now.
Exactly.
And the truth is they don't have no US to send down here to go do no extra.
Yeah. There's just no extra.
There's no extra.
So you have to understand. And the US persons overseas bought Richmond. But the persons who bought from Jamaica, the second and third house, business people with their money. You understand what I'm saying? And have the extra to do all of that. So you have to understand the demographic group that we're dealing with. Now me, when I'm at Camelot, I go sit down on my veranda, sip my lemonade, look on the sea gaze. Sometimes I might walk go down the road, go up. I don't have no grass in my yard, pure bush. The man just come cut it the other day, it cost me $5,000. I plant 2 little fruit tree around the back, but I struggle with now because of pure stone rambo plant them fun. But I'm hoping they would come. I didn't outlay the money for the topsoil and all of that. Because really, if I think about it, right now, if I spend the extra $3 million for the landscaping, remember, I not extend the veranda yet, which would give it a better experience. Because the Richmond's veranda is bigger, right? So you do get a better experience when the porch is bigger, right? Do I expend for what else would give you a good experience at a Camelot, at opposed to a Richmond? I don't think they could have done anything better with the house. I actually like inside of the house.
The house is a good experience, but nobody's really complaining about the house.
The house.
Outside.
The house is a good experience, everybody. There is no problem. If I really get too hot, I can open my 2 doors them and let him breeze, but me afraid of mosquito, lizard, roach, anything will move me afraid of it. So I don't open my doors. So I punch in the AC, right? Inside is a good experience. The bathroom is nice and big enough for me alone to roam up and down in. So are the bedrooms. So is the kitchen and the dining and the living. I don't need anything bigger than that.
The kitchen's not that big.
So
it's a good space.
Yeah, and my laundry is right next to my kitchen. It's easy. Turn, do it. Out of there. Understand, guys? So for me personally, I love the space.
Yeah, I think Gore did a really good job on the North Coast by giving that 960 square feet.
Yes, they did.
Versus the 700 and 800 square feet
that they give in Portmore.
Right, and I don't think people in Portmore are complaining. I think they're just really
happy that they have their house, right?
Yeah, because houses in Portmore are hard to get.
Yeah, so I am grateful that I managed to get my name on the list. And I told you the story how my name came on the list. It was just by fluke. It's just by me helping a client looking for property on the North Coast and driving in there. And them say, put your name on the list. And I did put my name on the list, and the rest is history. I wasn't even looking to buy Gore. Me buying a Gore is actually a diversification of my strategy, my real estate strategy, Tony. And that's part of the discussion that we were having today.
But I'm going to get you back on track now.
Because we ended up in the Gore, and it's a diversification for us. So, but I'm happy that I bought it. I have no complaints. 17.3 million, I think, was well spent. I don't need the Benz security that everybody seems to be clamoring. Oh, we want 100 security guard, 50 million, this or whatever.
My fun thing is to guard all these empty houses.
Yeah, all these empty houses, I would need all these Benz security. I mean, really? So, I'm just the knee-jerk reaction. Also, one of the things is, you guys, I'm sure you hear the saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. What I don't seem to understand, when we all go to the States, and we go to Canada, we go to Japan, China, wherever, England, We all adapt ourselves to these cultures. We even change how we talk. Because as Tony reminded me when she was in Six Flags, they told her to lighten up her accent so that the persons could understand her speaking. So we adapt ourselves. We make changes, you know. We walk faster. We get up out of bed early. We do everything that the culture that we're in is dictating at the time.
Yeah, I never understood why foreign people walk so fast though.
Yeah, I don't understand. But if you walk slow on the subway, you'll get pushed over. So you better walk at the pace, right? What I don't understand, what I seem to realize, and I think it is the middle-aged Jamaicans have the problem. My older clients don't have the problem. So if my client is in her 65 and up, no problem. Them come, them love them house, them sit up on them veranda, them not complain. Them say, oh, Miss D, I want to just go to the supermarket. We go, we buy a smoothie, we shop. Then we may go back, we watch TV, we chill, we chat, drink a cup of tea. Easy going. No problem. If I say I pick you up 3, I'm reach my call, I say no, I'm late, I reach 4, no problem. Them adapt. Maybe it's the stage of life that they are.
Mm-hmm.
So they get back, and you would have slowed down anyway.
Yeah.
What I find now is those the North Americans and the British and whoever come back. They don't adapt back into the Jamaican system. I hear the complaints and I see it and I say, yeah, but we are more relaxed here. We really don't want to be rushed into anything. We really just want to chill. Because we can afford to live like that here. So when you get here, and I even hear somebody say it in my EcoStud group, she said it very eloquently. I don't have it here, so no. But she said, us who went overseas, yes, we learned a different lifestyle and we adapt to them and whatever. But when we come back into Jamaica, we have to learn now how to live back in a Jamaica.
Yeah, but
we have to learn that. Or you're going to alienate the very Jamaicans who you will need their support to do what it is that will make your life comfortable. You're going to alienate them. I can see that happening very easily.
Mom, but you have to understand, those that are coming back now
who
are under 65, these are people who left that 2 and 3 year old. And they only came here on vacation.
So they have no clue about Jamaica.
They have no clue about Jamaica.
Right. No clue. But the thing worked 2 ways. When you got to Rome, do as the Romans do. So when you come back to Jamaica, we are the Romans now. So you have to do as we do. So if we want to sit up on the beach with the slippers and you call me and say, what, me not ready for coming? I would say, no, we'll come 5 o'clock and 5:30 and look at you and say, well, where's this man? Supposed to fit put in the wall, my washing machine broke down. Where's this man? And you have to stress out yourself. And the man roll up and say, oh, you know, it's an XYZ, I'm sorry, whatever. Have we ever had a tradesman come on time?
Never.
Don't have. Not here.
Not here.
So, and usually they don't stick to them estimate either.
Yeah.
So,
but we just know.
We know, so we're padding for the fluff. I mean, no, I'm gonna say 30,000, but when him come, I'm gonna say, Miss D, I never know so much work.
I never know it was so hard.
So me always padding the extra like 5,000. Because I know it don't come to that.
Oh God.
So,
but you know, it's our Jamaican overseas brothers and sisters who don't relax when they come here.
Yeah.
So the tourists come and relax.
The tourists are quite fine. That's why them love coming here. Them very relaxed. If them sit in the restaurant, them wait 1 hour for the food, no complaint.
I know, they just sit down and
just sit down and chat to themselves and chat to them friend and them all right. And the Jamaicans are all, what's going on here? What's going on here? Come on, guys. Right? So, When you get back here, guys, do as the Romans do. Relax it out. And Jamaicans are like this. You see, if you're really frustrated Jamaican with the hype and the whatever, come on, shut down. They must ignore you and walk away. You can't get them to cooperate. Right? So HOA associations that have to manage overseas people with local people and create some kind of synergy. Understand that we who live here, what's the word I'm looking for? Tony, what is the term I'm looking for? Right? We just want to chill. And yeah, Mali, the customer service is mind blowing. Although I was at where's that name? Roxborough, and the service was pretty fast. Them serve me pretty fast. So you get pleasant experiences at the restaurants like Sharky's, and unless Sharky's really busy, but you can call ahead with Sharky's and Plantation Cove, all of those. I take my clients there all the time. They love it. We love it.
You know, I don't mind Jamaica customer service. I actually
me either.
It's improved so much over the years.
And the truth is, because I'm a Jamaican, I mean know how my Jamaicans want to be treated. I do as the Romans do. Me live here all my life still, so I don't really know no other culture, no other nothing.
I know, because we were at Digital the other day, and it took a long time.
It did.
We were first in line.
Yeah, but
everybody was nice and pleasant, and the music was vibing, and you know you're going to Digital to change a phone or whatever. You know you're going to spend 2 hours. So you just organize yourself to
What was the name of the rep again?
I can't pronounce it.
We never actually went there to spend 2 hours. But in our psyche, we know that it was probably. I called ahead for a phone. What the phone name again, Tony? I called ahead. I said, you have the phone? Yes, one leave. I tell the young lady, leave it. I'm on my way. And she did put it away. And when I came, I saw this long line. I said, oh, I'm going to join the line. But I told the guy, what I was there about, I told him. So they had told the door already that I was coming for this phone. And she actually assigned me to a young man. Very nice young man. And even though he was there flitting around, he was so nice.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't even quarrel with him.
He served like 3 other customers while serving us.
Yeah, but he was doing it in such a professional way that you never even mind, you know. The only thing I thought, he could have tried to upsell me.
Yeah, he didn't upsell.
He didn't upsell. We upsell ourselves because I was buying a new phone. He never ever asked me. So you want a case? He didn't ask, you know. He never asked me. You want a tempered glass over it? No, me as a rep. Me upsell that man. Long time. But he didn't. And those are the downfalls I find with the Jamaican. But he knew his product well. He knew the product very well. And that was where we got the phone, and the digital phone people were very nice. So we don't have a problem. But everybody, when you come back to Jamaica,
but I think
just chill and lose the accent. That's the other thing. Yes, when you're there in North America, I know you have to
I think foreign accents, like North American accents, from a black person who is supposed to be Jamaican annoys Jamaicans.
Because it does. So don't bother with it. Just get back. Try somehow, some way to just like when you're gonna find you talk like them. When you come here, so talk like me. That's all there is to it. Just talk like me, right? And you just relax. Just relax. No hustle, no bustle. The tourists enjoy it here. They don't complain. They just love it here. But I find that our own Jamaicans who are coming back in the middle group, the middle age group, not the retired group. The retired group is
people who just
very
come for
good.
2 weeks.
Yeah. The sick who trying to do a 1 month and run off back, and it's like them have this. So
come here to relax, but can't relax.
Can't relax because they're not trying with so much things. And you want the rest of us to move as fast as you, but unfortunately we don't.
I mean, people don't realize that Jamaica is a vacation island. as much as we're working, it's a vacation island.
Tony.
The average person is on vacation every day. Look at this weekend movie. Anybody doing any work?
You know, we're party with everybody now. We're going to up on YouTube like we're committed to the Sunday. But after this, boom, 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 the whole week.
Everybody stop work from Friday.
From
midday.
Friday. Yeah.
Midday.
Yeah. So that's another thing. And tomorrow, trying about to call a business place. Got nobody not answer.
I know most persons taking the whole weekend plus Monday, Tuesday already.
Right. So come back home.
Jamaicans only work enough to party.
Why are you telling the people that? Because they can afford to.
Yeah, because we have a fun country.
We do have a fun country. And actually, a lot of the overseas persons facilitate that too. Because they have homes here and Jamaicans living them free. Local Jamaicans living them free now. Seriously, they do. So a lot of houses that I've gotten to sell are houses where the family members are living there totally free. So when you come back here, just meld back in, blend back in. Remember, have some fun. When you go to Rome, do as the Romans do. So when you land off the plane, this is Jamaica. This is the Romans. So do like what we would do, right? Jamaicans hard to understand. They need to do better. So frustrating. How we going to be better? Kendrick, remember we're only 60 years old. Don't forget, we still have some persons who can't read and write good yet.
Yeah.
So
it's a baby country.
It's a baby country. We're not 200 and 300 and odd years old like some of those countries up in North America. That's another thing. You have to compare apples with apples. So just like I was saying, you can't compare Richmond with a Camelot. You can't compare Jamaica with North America, especially persons who don't go anywhere. They've never been on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we used to have the waving ducks at the airport where they go on the wave. We don't have that again. But if they haven't learned a different lifestyle, we just have to go with their trained and all. But let me tell you something. The Jamaican that you talking about must do better is what the tourists them love.
Yep.
Is what them love. Kendrick. That's why we're number one in tourism. Number one.
Because they like that we're relaxed.
Yeah. Because them like, we just chill. Chill. Like I have some tenants and I went to the house. I see the two guys them sit up on the step. I said, I talk to them, but I realize it. I said, Mommy, that's she said. From she said that, I say, oh. And them go and them have a roasting pan outside. And them set up them roast pan. And them roast them fish. And them a chill. And I say, oh. I don't need to go no further. I know what go on. Them are true Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And guess what? When we have white people come and stay with we, which part first you think them reach? Don't tell them. Me tell them how to tell them. Where on the thing first them the white people they reach? More want to tell me now.
First they find a corner shop.
Yeah.
Which lead to the corner bar. Which lead to Miss Lou's house for Sunday dinner.
I can't stay there.
Who lead to Mass Joe up in the hills.
Yeah.
We go pick.
And you think Mass Joe Auntie Dan have no fancy house like Draxal and Richmond? Want them to really believe that? No way. No way, guys. So that's what they love. But I can understand Jamaicans who have gone overseas and have experienced a more what's the word I'm looking
country.
for? A more structured, a more developed, maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
A more developed, organized culture have lost sight of how our culture is.
And we're getting there now. We're just not there yet.
We're not going to get there for now.
Yeah.
We're not going to get there in my lifetime, guys. It's not going to. We have lots of Jamaicans who are still... I was with Rambo yesterday. Rambo chop the yard for me. Probably see Rambo in my video there. We went we're at Palmetto Pines. So we go and show the client this, that. So Rambo is with us because Rambo is our bushman. Mr. Rambo come up with a whole bag of mango. Rambo say he see Miss D. I have to start jumping at the mango. Jumping at the mango same time. Rambo is a bushman. Walk barefoot, climb him tree, pick him this, and we have millions of Rambos. Right? And that's what they love. That's what they love. If I was to set up an Airbnb with a Rambo, it would be my biggest income earner.
Yeah.
They can't tell you that. That's what they love. Jamaicans, some of our culture, we can't let it go. We shouldn't let it go. Our warmth, our willingness to invite people into our homes, even though when you look on it, it might look chaka chaka. Right?
And the visitors from overseas, they don't care.
They don't care. We sit down under the mango tree.
They really want to experience the culture and who we are as a people.
Yeah. And this is the stage
they want to be invited to your house to sit down for dinner because they're almost not used to stuff like that.
No.
Just going to strangers' house to eat.
Yeah. And this is the stage that we're at, right? So, and part of the reason to why we haven't even moved quicker, faster, is because of the migration too. Mm-hmm. So, everybody, thank you so much. I think we answered all the questions.
Yeah, man, you did.
We have been here rambling on and on. We need to go eat our Sunday dinner. What is wrong? Customer. That's right, man. Yeah, you want to go back home. I was in the group, Melly, that was traveling to Jamaica. So sure I understand that.
I think they're having a conversation. Monica said, I lose my accent when I'm here. I don't tell people I live in North America.
Like, Monica, you have it, girl. You know the thing. Just chat patois. Dress like how we dress too. Mm-hmm. And do your thing. All right? When you go to Rome, do as the Romans do. And one of the reasons why we have so many call centers in Jamaica too is because we're adaptable too. Them say we can put on any accent and then believe so we come from China or whatever. So when they get back here, just switch back, man, and the smell of a market lady tell me say, me and a Jamaican just buy scroll up. So you say, Melly, what you say? Me and a Jamaican, my market lady tell me say, me and a Jamaica just by looking at me. Melly, you're probably right. Scroll down, let me see what dancehall say. Dancehall says, stop from complaining and comparing my third world country with these first world countries. Some of the people act as if they make it now. So I'm better than everyone and everything. True dancehall. Stop comparing with them first world something there and just come here so chill. Just live and get your thing together and just have a good time. You know, so we love dance and we love parties about 5 o'clock. Nobody call. Because we are get ready. We are chill. We are going to get some sleep. Wake up back. Only because them at about 2 o'clock clamp with party. Mm-hmm. So we actually switched to we're only for day party now. We're going back to day effect.
Breakfast party.
Breakfast party.
Rise and shine fest.
Yeah, when I go back, some things being slow don't bother me, but others they do. Like waiting 45 minutes at KFC and waiting 2 hours to update info at the bank. Yeah. One of the things.
45 minutes at KFC is a norm.
Yeah.
Remember when we went the night? This was like, I don't know, 8:50 p.m. in the night. We went to KFC to get Dana some chicken. How long was I in the line?
Gosh.
You get your food and eat it.
Let me get my food and eat it. I'll leave them. I'll wait for the KFC. But guys, let me tell you, we have one life to live. You understand? So we can't stress ourselves about these things. Because the truth is we're soon gone. Mm-hmm. Right? And if we're not really gone too early, we want to just enjoy it while we're here. After 60 years, we should be able to give citizens the basic needs. Water, health care. We're the land of wood and water, so many rivers, health care. Nadine, what are you talking about?
We have health care.
Where do we have health care in Jamaica? Tony, tell them about health care now. Tony in the health care system right now.
We have good health care too.
Why you say we don't have health care, Nadine? Eh?
Who don't have healthcare in Jamaica because they don't want it.
Yeah, because
You can go to any clinic within distance from your house and get free healthcare there. They don't charge you a thing. You might have a little wait, but there's no cost.
Our lady who used to watch Zana's even before they went out to school. That lady used to tell us, "Oh, Miss Davis, I have an appointment with a nutritionist today." The nutritionist. Don't you hear me? And she has diabetes. So she has her appointment with the nutritionist. The other day she said, "Oh, Miss Davis, I have an appointment with the dentist. I'm going to clean my teeth." I was like, hold on. Them clean teeth at the clinic? I had no clue.
Even our cleaner had to go to the physiotherapist.
Yeah.
All that was free.
All of that was free. So I don't know what you talking about. My older clients come here, get them, what's the call? What the card name we have? GOG? Government of Jamaica.
N something.
Oh my God, you can't remember the card. But it's a card. Me with rheumatoid arthritis, if I want the drugs, those drugs are subsidized. I just back up my card and I pay cheap.
Right, like me with my Graves' disease. My medicine is free.
Yeah, and it costs how much million? Yes, it is free at the
clinic.
At the clinic, right? So I'm not so sure what you're talking about. Now, if you have some serious diseases, not even America can help you. Canada, England, wherever. You know, say you just are gonna leave. That are gonna just pass you, right? My older clients who have high blood pressure and the same diabetes and next one you always have. We have to get the drugs every minute. They go to the clinic and get the refills. That's where they go. So that's where you go, Melly. But Melly, take it in stride. Anything the bank tell you to do, don't get flustered. Just take it in stride. Ask questions so that you know what is required and you can do it. Yeah, ma.
Yes, Monica said I'm staying in the grill and the traffic is crazy. I'm telling you, it's a party weekend.
Party weekend. Party weekend. Everybody fly down. And who doesn't love Jamaica? Suppose I'm going to tell you. It's only Jamaican people don't like Jamaica. You talk to some of them overseas. Oh, me not coming back. Got the place there? They haven't been here for years. They have no clue what's going on. Everybody. You see how reggae girls don't go win one little match?
I know.
We are the only country in the
world celebrated it.
We are the only country in the world where everybody know where Jamaica is. You call some country name and see if them know which part it there. Say Jamaica. Immediate recognition, guys. You have to love this country. You either gonna love where I here still. Try and love us, right? You get a good experience. When you come, just enjoy it like a tourist. That's what you do.
It's 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. Oh, we gotta go. See if we're supposed to eat already. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for staying with us today. Remember, consider this diversification strategy. If you're using that strategy, think, should I be using diversification strategy or should I perfect something and earn some 6-figure income first before? And this is not just business, this is even in your own employment status, right? Should you perfect it, get to the managerial level, earn the 6-figure income, then you say I talk about diversification, right? All right, so Maxine says she loved the content tonight. Thank you so much, Maxine. I hope we answered your questions. We can't stay so long with the others in our room. We have book club and we have other things. But guys, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you every weekend. Remember to give the video a thumbs up or what you want it. A like you want, Tony.
Yeah, we want to like, share, and of course subscribe.
Subscribe, right. Remember to share the channel so that other persons can know what you know, so that you can have your friends surrounding you know what you know, and that way
you can be with like-minded people.
Right. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Have a good party weekend.
Yes, emancipation is here. So is independence. Bye.